everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Razorback Live with the Sarge, and I'm the Sarge as always. And YT is with us, but he is on duty, so he will keep coming in and out when he can, as always in these afternoon games. But we put a new intro movie together, a video. Let us know what you think. If you like it better, we added all the sports in now instead of just football. The game is at noon, Mark. First pitch will be at 12 o'clock. Let's see who we got in the building today. Tiff was the first one in. She's hard to beat, fellas. David, good to see you, buddy. How you doing? Jay, what's going on, man? I hope you're doing good. Scott, good morning to you. Richard, what's up, y'all? Hey, Richard, you know, that's what we do here. Show the games. So hopefully everybody's in a little better mood than yesterday. Yesterday we were a little down because we got beat 4-1, but I think it's going to be a little payback today on these boys from Stetson. So hopefully we can get it. We crossed over a few times to see the girls. And actually we finished out the girls' game as they took the series from Georgia. Big win to take the opening SEC series. So that is a good start for the girls. And we hope they continue on. We will be bringing, if you guys show me that you want to see that softball game tonight, you got to hit that like button. But if we get north of 250 likes, we'll show that softball game at 5 o'clock. And as they take on Missouri State tonight at Bogle Park. So, chat, you gotta get to work if you want to see that softball game. Keep the folks hitting that like button. Dance King, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you, as always. Arky Joe, good to see you. No problem, Mark. No problem. Oh, man, these sinuses are a pain in the butt. We will bring you all the Razorback basketball games. I did see the TV schedule. If it stays the same, we can play all the Razorback games all the way up until the SEC championship if they make it there. So we will be bringing you the basketball games. And that will, if there is a baseball game that conflicts with the basketball game, we will show the basketball game because that's an SEC tournament game. So we will take precedence with the basketball over the baseball for that on that day. But it was good to see that they were on ESPN and SEC Network, so we can show them to you guys. And we will. I will do what it takes to get it done. So we appreciate everybody that's here with us on this early Monday morning. I know everybody's at work, so if you can sneak and watch us at work, that's awesome. Just don't get yourself in trouble. It will be on the channel tonight, recorded, so you can watch it later. We put all of the games on the channel. We cannot monetize any of these game videos, so we don't make money off of them. It's just literally so you guys can watch them at your leisure, or you can watch them live with us. Because YouTube will not let us monetize. We all know how that goes. We got about 8 minutes till first pitch. How's everybody doing today? Everybody doing all right? Willie T says definitely at work. That's awesome. Thank you. Hey, Willie. We got you, bro. We won't tell. I promise. Your secret is safe with us. One thing Sarge is good at. You can interrogate Sarge. He's not going to break. They'll never know where you were watching from. I did do something that I didn't want to have to do, but I think I'm going to try it out. Our channel now has gone to subscriber only mode for chat. You have to be a subscriber to chat and to type in the chat. I think it's only fair for our members and our subscribers to keep some of the I don't know how you say looky-loos just coming in and busting chops and then leaving out of here. So now if they want to come in and cause some drama, they're gonna have to subscribe to do so. If they want to do all that, then more power to them. But we welcome anybody and everybody, as long as you come in with some respect and treat everybody fairly. I'm not saying you got to agree with everybody, but if you disagree, just do it respectfully. That's all we ask. And don't attack anybody personally. Dance King says, skip the first half of work to be here. My man, that's dedication right there. Dave says, I'm sitting in a guard shack so I can watch. There you go, David. Doc spent the morning forced to talk to the ex-wife, hoping this fixes my headspace. Oh, man. Bro, I know what you're talking about, headspace and timing for sure. And, brother, I feel for you. So you come on in with the Sarge. We'll get you right, brother. Nobody likes that job. Woof. Yes, no drama channel here, Scott. We are, we want this to be fun. I'm not saying we pumping sunshine, but we ain't going to be like nonstop dogging the hogs either. We just call it like we see it and realistically have realistic expectations. Some people think we should never lose a game, and that's just not how sports work. And if you've been an Arkansas fan for any length of time, you darn sure know that's not how it works here in Arkansas. So just have a little patience, let things play out, and the chips will fall where they may. Where we make it, depends on how we play. It's up to us. We got talent. We just need that talent to step up and start playing like they can. And when they do, we're going to get on a roll. We were on a roll. The boys just won 5 in a row, and we just lost one. So, the girls are like 21-2 now. Good Lord. And hopefully after today, they're 22-2. I don't know how much you want to ask for. But as you know, chat, Sarge can't please everybody, and nor will I try. So I will just I will interact with you positive folks, and Sarge will ignore the drama. If it gets too bad, then we will just remove the drama. That's awesome, Dance King. Not that you had to see your ex-wife, but that your daughter is in the modeling business, and obviously she was the most beautiful woman there. So that's something for a dad to be proud of right there. My daughter, one of my daughters has finished second in her pageant. She does pageants, and she's finished second twice. So maybe this year she can finally take that next step and win one. But that is that pageant stuff is a whole bunch of drama in itself, if you know what I mean. That I don't like to get involved in. All right, so we got 47 people here.
Well, did everybody get to see it or no?
Yeah, I think, everybody that was here saw it, and we got a bunch said that they really liked it. So it's also will be our outro, so we'll have more people see it on the outro, most likely. But
y'all don't even know how hard it is to please Sarge in doing a video.
Yeah. YT has found out that that I'm a little picky when it comes to putting stuff out for you guys to see. It's I want to do the best. I want to, I'm very meticulous, and I want to try to give you guys the best we can do. And we're still going to tweak on it, but that's our first attempt. I think it turned out pretty good, but we're gonna add some more and take away some as we get more clips saved up. But
Right, and I was thinking right after we all got off last night out of Discord, I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, we could just wait till part of football season and redo the whole thing.
yeah.
New highlights and all that.
Yeah, we will be doing. We won't let things get stale. Jeff says, "My luck, I jumped into a random ESPN baseball fantasy draft, and I was the last pick of the snake draft. Oh, that sucks.
Well, I mean, he gets the last pick of the first round
and
and
the first of the second, though. But it's a long time in between that third pick, though." Dance King said, "Great intro. We appreciate that, bro. We appreciate it. We give a little bit of the homage to my military service and all my military brethren out there and sisters. Just keep in mind, we got you in our prayers right now. If you're over in overseas taking care of business, that we're thinking about you, and we appreciate what you're doing to keep us safe. I did my time. And I salute the ones that are picked up the mantle and carrying on where I had to leave off. It sucks to get old.
Definitely takes a special person to go over there and put their life on the line for the country they love.
AJ, we appreciate that. Daniel, you too, man. Just for you guys logging in, I know you're at work, but you can log in, hit that like button, and you can watch later on when you get home. That's fine. But we do appreciate you coming in, hitting that like button, and letting us know you're here, because that's awesome, man. We appreciate that. That's going above and beyond. And Sarge appreciates it, and I know YT does too.
Mm-hmm.
Chairman Fishing says, yes, and thank you. Yay, thank you for being here. So if you are chatting, I know you're subscribed because we have the subscriber only turned on now. So you got to be a member or a subscriber to be chatting with me. I turned that on for these two videos and probably the ones going forward because it's the least you can do if you want to interact with us and you guys is be a part of the channel. That's free. James, thank you all service members for keeping us safe and allowing us to do what we love. Watch some. Hey, James, it was a pleasure. I wouldn't trade it, even though I was injured and disabled now. I wouldn't change it for the world, bro. I know Jeff was a big Sarge too, so I know he was the same way as me. Gary, you're welcome, buddy. Appreciate you being in here, being a part of the channel. Okay, let's see. We should be ready to go now. First pitch. Let's go. Yeah. We are ready to get started.
Air in a double. Hilton came up with a 3-run bob, and Brett, that was only the scoring in that whole ball game.
And Arkansas had just 5 hits. They had 6 of their leadoff hitters on.
What are we doing here? ESPN being silly now.
Split this 4-game series. So it was a struggle.
Why is it blacked out?
Did you have that setting on for Canva?
Oh, yeah. Son of a...
Stetson trying to split this 4-game
Yeah,
series.
let me turn that off. That's a good call. I forgot I was working on some graphics. There it is. We didn't miss anything, though. They're just getting ready to get started. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. I was working on graphics, and I got to turn settings on and off to be able to share on this Mac, so I just forgot I had been doing that. Dog Lover, welcome to the SAR Squad. Appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Alan, you're welcome, but we appreciate all that. That means a lot to us. Hey, hope everyone's having a great day. Thank you, Sarge. I don't know the other guy's name, but thank you. He's Hog Wild, Michael. Dubzilla, good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. Black Mingo, thanks, fellas, for Brock. Hey, not a problem.
Will Van Raphorst at second, Ronnie Teague at third on a 69-degree.
We will be doing the softball game if we can. If we get enough likes today. I know it's going to be shorter because there's going to be a lot of people at work, but if we get a decent amount of likes, I'll do the softball game at 5 o'clock.
So he worked with some traffic on the bases.
A lot of mental energy when going into streaming.
Yep, Dance King. Been there.
It said throw the ball over the helmet of the hitter. And he's like, well, that can't be right.
Missed by 3 feet.
I need to turn that thing off and on again. That went down and out. So Helfrich back in there again, catching all 4 games of this series. No surprise.
Reese, you appreciate that. I just try. Nevada, what's going on, man? Good to see you, brother.
Picking up as well, and that's a strike to De La Cruz.
Nevada, he an OG. He one of my originals.
We might kind of skirt a shower or two.
Yeah, it looked like it was pretty close. The grounds crew put a tarp on the mound and home plate, and then about 10 minutes later,
we're gonna try, Alan. We get them likes up there. I'm gonna do it.
This is a team that will run, especially when they're not down early. 29 of 30 in stolen bases, and De La Cruz is 10 for 10.
that's going to be DeCramer's job.
There you go, Michael. That a way to go around the system. We appreciate that, brother.
Who got on the mound?
DeCramer. Yeah, Nevada, you were here from day one. That's right. You sure was. You're original. OG.
So that's taking up some time.
Triple OG.
Yeah, he's been on the actual show too. When we do call-ins, Nevada's come in and talk with us. Double play ball. Come on. Oh. Good stop, Kojal.
So Camden came up with a handful of dirt.
Yeah, just one of those balls right back through the box. And Kramer almost gets to it. Kojal was playing pretty much pinched in a little bit, but just couldn't quite come up with that baseball.
I thought it might have kicked away. He was blocking us in our view, but had it been in his glove cleanly, he would have had a chance maybe with a flip. It's a good beginning for the Hatters, and this is Foster Apple, and he had the home run yesterday. That came in the 4th inning.
No, it's 70 degrees up here, Arky.
Arkansas had a 1-0 lead. Fisher had thrown 22 innings without giving up an earned run. Apple
It's cloudy, but it's a nice day.
Arkansas never recovered. Kramer spins one up there for a called strike.
Yeah, like the back-to-back breaking balls right here, but I also like the approach from Stetson right here, Brett.
I was a 19 kilo, James. I was a tank commander.
You score a lot of runs today, and don't just try to settle and push 2 across. Try to get a big crooked number.
I run the M1A2 SEP.
That's a wave and a miss, but it gets away from.
Started with the M1A1.
So De La Cruz to third, and Gonzalez follows to second.
All right, Kramer, let's go. Get on top of this.
Yeah, a lot of free base runners, and Kramer not very sharp so far in this outing.
Soft flare to right for a base.
They're going to take the lead right off the bat.
Gonzalez goes to third. He'll hold there. Ball kicks away from Robinette, but no further advancement. The first 3 Hatters have reached, and Stetson has a 1-0 lead.
Brett, those free base runners will come back to haunt you. And that was the
11 Bravo, Nevada County. I salute you, sir.
breaking ball, not a bad pitch. That thing is out of the zone. Foster Apple just with a great job just poking.
There you go, Alan. Was you a tanker too, huh?
No outs. The Hatters aren't going to take any chances in losing a base runner at the plate.
Johan Desero, the DH, will step in.
Arkansas is looking to get some outs. They're going to give up a run right here for
Stillerman, thank you for becoming a member of the SAR Squad. Welcome to the channel. We appreciate you very much.
Second base, and really is a tremendous defensive second baseman, but he's been the DH coming back off an injury. Right now, he's trying to add to this 1-0 Stetson lead.
There we go. I like to see all them MOSs coming up in the chat. A lot more military in here than I thought. That's awesome. That's what I built this channel for, us military veterans and everybody else, but it was to give the military guys somewhere to come and hang out with like-minded folks.
Desero 1 for 11 so far in the series.
Appreciate your support in another military veteran.
That one is hit well to right field.
Oh, shit.
Running out of room, jumping.
Damn.
It is gone.
4-0 off the rip.
Desero, a 3-run homer, and before the Razorbacks get an out, the Hatters have a 4-0 lead.
Let me see if I can turn it up there. Yeah, it's up as far as I got it. Tell me how that is, John. See if that helps.
Outer corner, and Desero just makes a great swing. The Kramer's kind of looking at himself going, man, I made a pretty good pitch. Look where this thing ends up, Brett. I mean, it's down and away, maybe up just a little bit. He goes down and gets it. And boy, off the bat.
Man, a pitching change this early, you think?
Well, I mean, he's got no outs and he's gave up like 5 hits in a row. You're going to have to do something.
And Fernandez will wave and miss. Anytime you don't get runners on base or you don't knock them in, you don't hit well.
Let me know if it's still low because I turned it up as far as I can turn it up.
But today it's just not had the good start that Arkansas wanted after losing yesterday. And Fernandez fouls one back. The polls came out.
Okay, Michael. Thank you.
This morning. DVH's team actually moved.
I turned it up on my soundboard as far as I could.
That's a little bit of a head scratcher.
That's sent out to center. Mike Anu will take it on a bounce, and that's 5 in a row. When you play a 4-game series, I know you're always concerned about pitching on that 4th day. In your mind, you draw it up as maybe 3 innings for DeCramer. Troy, he's not going to get an out.
Government grant money.
Arkansas
good to see you.
Tate McGuire warming up, and that's going to do it for James DeCramer.
Just a reminder again, we will not start an inning after 3 p.m., so Arkansas is down big. They're going to have to play against the deficit and the clock now, but they'll make a pitching change. We'll step aside and come back to Bob Walker. 4-0 Hatters early.
All right. Well, that's not how we wanted to start this game. Major Razor's pissed, as you can see. He's on fire. He's got to get these boys going. So we're going to have to jump on these dudes early here with the bats. Oh, we appreciate that, David. You'd be surprised with a few kind words to a veteran, how it could help them change their day. Just by simple words. We appreciate all 220 watching with us. If you would like to be a part of the chat, you have to subscribe to the channel and become part of the channel. We'd love to have you. We doing good on that like button. But if that like button gets up there today, you're gonna have to make SARS do the softball game. So just remember that.
Put that man to work.
Yes, right. Whitey says there ain't no need to let Sarge sit around. Make him work. I'll work if you guys want me to. Tate McGuire coming in now.
11 minutes into this ball game, but
let's go, Tate. It's on you, buddy. Shut these guys down. Let's go.
All of a sudden, the sun peeks through the clouds as he's finishing up his warm-up tosses. 4-0 Stetson. There's nobody out.
Did they say this is the last early game that we have?
Russell
no.
was a pest yesterday. On base 3 times, couple of hits, scored a run. That is a strike. 3 for 11 as Russell.
Yeah, I think we're going to hit the ball today, too. I just have a feeling. That's why I put the survey, the poll up. Is how many home runs you think Arkansas is going to hit today? Make sure you take that poll. Let me know. There you go, Tate. One. There's our first out.
He will lose the hat, but no, he kept the hat on, catches the baseball, and retires Russell. He's got a lot of stuff on. He's got the glasses. He's got the oven mitt in his back pocket just in case he needs to run the bases when he's out there in center.
Arm sleeve, wristband on the non-throwing forearm. He's got the eye black, glasses.
He's got all the accoutrements.
The only thing he didn't have is what a lot of guys call the TV tape. Have that white tape on your wrists.
Well, this is Hilton, who had a 3-run homer to blow the game open early, and it didn't quite feel that way at the time, but it ended up being, of course, the 4-1 Stetson win. So there were no runs scored after his 4th inning homer.
And the crazy thing is that Colin Fisher's really rolling at that point, had Hilton down, no balls, 2 strikes, and just absolutely hung a breaking ball, and Jaden Hilton made him pay.
Yeah, it did hurt that it was an 0-2 pitch. Here's the 1-1, and Hilton will take a strike. Coach Tremper, after the game, said that Hilton might be one of their better pro prospects from a tool standpoint, but he said kind of been on a roller coaster start to the season, one of our better players, but he hung a breaking ball to him on that, and he connected.
Well, you can definitely tell the
good to see you, Fur baby daddy.
The skill set is there. He just has to kind of show some consistency, and that's the big thing that kind of separates college players and pro players, is just day in, day out. Do you make the plays you're supposed to make or hit the pitches you're supposed to hit?
There's a chopper to short. Pompey backed up to get the bounce, and that's going to take away the possibility of getting a double play.
That's all right. We got the lead runner.
Saw had a couple of errors at short yesterday with Brumball. Pompey came in.
Shane,
late.
what's going on, buddy? Good to see you.
Started today.
Joseph, the Creamer come in and gave up 5 consecutive hits and a single scored, and then a 3-run homer.
As a shortstop, you either better
and now he's sitting the bench.
On and go try to get that ball, or I think Pompey made the right decision.
Tate McGuire's come in and got the first 2 outs.
Well, Arkansas has made 16 errors in 16 games. Last year, they had 37 in 65.
Yeah, that's kind of un-DVH-like.
11th in the conference in fielding percentage. Bouncer to Koschel.
There we go. That away, Tate. Come in there and get the job done. That's how it's done, son.
A big swing for the Stetson Hatters.
Yeah, Johan Desero, the DH, comes in, has a changeup down and away, goes down and gets it, and shoots that right over Kahio Aloy's head. Hatters up 4-0.
We can't be having that. Y'all better get it together. Major Rangers are angry. Four runs is nothing if we're batting like we should. I mean, we should be able to come back with 4 runs with no problem if we can hit the ball. Because they're probably pitching, on their one of their last pitchers they got left available. Yeah, Tate McGuire is nasty. For sure. Yeah, Bobby, you're correct, sir. Hope everybody's having a good Monday morning. I know Mondays stink, but if you're here with us, we got to be making it better. Connor Diamond, what's good, buddy?
Innings of work this year.
Yeah, I really like the stuff of Dallas Moran Opponent's only hitting 267 off the right-hander. That fastball is sitting in the low 90s. That's kind of that old school 12-6 curveball, Brett, like straight over the top. He'll mix in a slider and a really
Yeah,
good changeup
Nevada,
as well.
he's struggling a little bit for sure.
Here's Arkansas's lineup, and it looks different because Kojal's batting second, Helfrich third today. Carter Rutenbar was the DH yesterday, hitting eighth, and he walked a few times, so he's the cleanup hitter. Aloy, Robinette, New, Sousa's at third, Pompey, of course, at short.
Well, if you notice anything about that lineup, if you're an Arkansas fan, that is DVH going right, left, all the way down the lineup.
Yeah, we're missing Stewie.
Rutenbar,
Hopefully he's ready for this weekend against Mississippi State.
But he had, like you said, some great quality at-bats, kind of battled a little bit, spoiled some pitchers' pitches, and drew some walks. And, hey, if you get on base, that's what DVH wants.
Yeah, Ethan, boy, you and me too,
it's a
brother.
day-to-day thing right now. Damian Ruiz was 2 for 4, and he scored Arkansas's lone run. He doubled leading off the bottom of the first. 2 batters later, Kojal knocked him in with another double, and that was it. All game.
Only 5 hits for the Hogs yesterday.
Royal, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you.
Well, the sinker ballers really gave them some fits.
You know, Coach Tremper was talking to me before the game, and he said, you know, our sinker slider guys got a lot of ground balls. It has been a very concerted effort to work Arkansas down in the zone at times, and then maybe you go up just to change the eye level. He felt like a couple of days ago in the game in which they walked 9 and Arkansas took advantage that they were hammering the bottom of the zone and they just did not get the borderline call on the track man. Well, yesterday they found a lot of the strike zone with Hartman and Lapine, and Arkansas just didn't hit the ball out of the park, and that's been kind of a reoccurring theme. The other day, though, I know it was good to see Arkansas have the big game without hitting a home run. My goodness, it does make it easier to score when you do get the big swing, and that's what Stetson has done each of these last 2 games.
Well, you stole my thunder right there. That's
what I've been trying to
When
say.
you get a couple guys on, get the big fly. Boy, it sure puts up a crooked number on the board in a hurry. And if you're Arkansas, you really want to scratch back and maybe get a pair of runs right here. And good quality at bat so far for Ruiz with 2 strikes.
And a way to fight it off, Ruiz.
Sitting on off speed and just having to spoil that fastball.
Yeah, I think a run or 2.
Yeah, Roy, not bad in the first inning with 82. Absolutely.
The sting of that punch.
We're doing good.
First. Moran will just miss outside.
Good bat,
and
Ruiz.
Just checked, and that is ball 4.
Yeah, pitch definitely outside. Let's see if that barrel crosses home plate. Good check by Ruiz. And
I think it was just outside, and I think he just held back.
yeah,
he did.
You can see the catcher trying to pull that one in just a little bit. So far for Ben Levine, the home plate umpire, really solid zone. Some borderline pitches that he has called appropriately. It's amazing how good these umpires are.
Agreed. Kojal has reached base in 15 straight games. His average is at 390. That feels darn good. It's 16th best in the SEC. But he leads this team in just about every offensive category. 6 homers, 22 knocked in. Tremendous OPS.
Sometimes you can take those preseason stats from around the conference and take them with a grain of salt because you just don't know what the competition is for the opposing teams. And you kind of almost like throw everything away once conference season starts, and then you kind of lock into, okay, how are you doing against SEC pitching?
Long pause from Moran. 3 infielders on the right side of the diamond, and Kojal will take again a pitch that's a little bit down. Kojal was asked about the team's offense post-game yesterday, and I think he said we need a little more kind of FU for this team. That's kind of how he phrased it in just those words, but there was some frustration. That's up and out. DVH said, I think we hit 5 balls hard all
Good eye,
day.
Camden.
Just didn't make adjustments against the sink. What Arkansas had success, though, on Saturday is that they were taking those pitches a little bit out of the zone, and so far they have done that through a batter plus.
Yeah, I think so. And when you're down 4 runs after a loss yesterday, you have to be really careful not to be too jumpy at the plate. That's a pitch at the bottom of the zone again. Not a bad take for Kojal, but a really good pitch by Moran.
Boy, have they pitched to a scouting report or what?
They really have. And you might see that Ruiz start up right here and take off. I think that's a good move for Arkansas, even though you're down by 4.
Arkansas hit into 11 double plays. That one's tagged in the air, right center field. Robinson with the elite speed gets back to make the catch. And there's one out. Coach Trimper said he might run as well as anybody in any type of showcase, and he just outran that baseball.
Yeah, he did. That was a ball that got in on Kojul just a little bit and just kind of hung up there in that wind.
So we need to get him on base more. He's such a good runner.
Kind of like Christian Turner for Arkansas.
A little bit.
Guys that can just really go.
Thought that was a gapper.
Was able to get on base yesterday with not 1 but 2 walks. That's somewhat close at first. Helfrich is 3rd in the conference with 18 walks, so he has not expanded the zone, or he's been willing to take his free pass, but batting 3rd today rather than 2nd. All it took was Troy saying that he liked him batting in the 2-hole, and
then he gets moved.
He was gone.
Again, trying to go back that right-left thing. I think that DVH really likes to do that. It kind of takes away those specialty pitchers to come in and maybe face 3 or 4 left-handers. This is getting pretty close over there by Ruiz at first base. Looks like he's kind of going back into first a little nonchalant.
Well, you don't want to get picked off when it's, he's got a lot of dirt in that belt, when it's 4-0. A
little bit of a slow reaction, and you got to love when you have a left-handed first baseman. Boy, that slap tag is just so much quicker than a right-hander.
Pitches downstairs.
Another really good breaking ball, only 77. That's that over-the-top 12-6 breaking ball by Moran.
1 on, 1 out. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Helfrich takes a little bit up in the zone.
Well, that breaking ball, that would look like more like a slider.
I think he went cut,
a cutter
curve
slider.
And slider, back to back.
You could tell the difference. It was 7 miles an hour faster than that slow curve.
Helfrich takes a strike, and that was in the zone, and another fastball, and that's probably one I think Ryder would like to pull the trigger on.
Yeah, I think he had that one back. Kind of elevated right over the heart of the plate.
3 infielders on the left side of the diamond. Pitches outside from Moran to Helfrich.
Boy, the shortstop Russell has really swung around into that hole between the normal hole between shortstop and third base. You can see where he's positioned.
Ruiz is going to run. Helfrich strikes out. The throw is on line, and it's in time. Double plays have been an issue all season, but Troy, that was the strike him out, throw him out variety.
Yeah, breaking ball down and away, and if Helfrich takes this, there's really no. Watch where this pitch is. That's a breaking ball down off the plate. Great throw by the freshman Fernandez, shooting down Damian Ruiz.
Swinging at balls. Ryder, let that one go, and you're walking. We got to get these pitchers uncomfortable. The problem is we're letting them settle in and get comfortable. We're not knocking them out of their rhythm.
That man's up there in a lazy boy with his feet propped up.
Got to make them scared of us. Right now they don't respect us because they're just doing what they want. But that's all right. I got faith. The bats are gonna heat up today. We got 5 runs in us, without a doubt. Yeah, Jeff, that has been a problem here lately. Is we watching the good ones and swinging at the garbage. Yeah, Michael, I think if you get him on base, you'll get, you make that pitcher pitch with a little more stress. Rich, yeah, not a problem. We appreciate you being here. Well, they went right back without even
2 wins.
giving us a
That'll
warning.
make this weekend even that much more enjoyable.
That's right, a little bit sweeter, and a guy with a lot of success, Coach Trimper, and a program that is since 2017 the third most winning program in the whole state of Florida, and that's a pretty big statement ahead of Miami.
Robinson will wave and miss. This is the guy with the speed they want to get on the bases. 7 hits on the year. Yesterday he was trying to bunt with 2 strikes and struck out. 0 for 10 so far in this series. But again, they defeated Virginia, did Stetson. And Virginia's 14th in the polls today. I think they were in the top 10 when they defeated them. So at 6-10 to have 2 top 10 wins shows you that the potential is there for them to have another season like they did a year ago, despite all the losses of quality players to the draft.
Yeah, but how about back-to-back 40-plus win seasons for the Stetson Ball Club? I think that just talks about the quality of recruiting and just kind of the makeup of this program.
And McGuire will get the wave of a miss to begin the top of the 2nd inning.
And a great changeup by Tate McGuire. The thing I love about it is that arm speed is exactly the same as that fastball. Comes out maybe about 8 or 9 miles an hour slower, just enough. Really miss that barrel completely.
Ooh, looks like he's got a baby stash going.
Back to the top of the lineup for De La Cruz, who walked and scored in that 4-run first. Time was called before the pitch. Do we have some issue with?
Oh, Bruce, we appreciate it, man.
I'm curious what it may have been. Ronnie Teague is talking to Tate McGuire. What could this be, Troy? Wasn't a timer thing.
Yeah.
And obviously, if De La Cruz is not in the box and looking, that would be a plate umpire conversation.
I would think so.
Now we have 2 baseballs, but we only need 1.
McGuire goes, do I keep this one? Is there something wrong with it? That was a
Do we have a defective baseball?
That was a weird sequence.
It's a weird day all the way around. I have not recovered from daylight savings time at all. They say it kind of messes up your body. Well, this has messed up everything. Bats, baseballs,
Arkansas's
offense.
mojo is just off, isn't it?
My sleep. It's at the top of the zone for a strike.
I think De La Cruz looks back at home plate umpire Ben Levine and goes, hey, was that the
that was DeCreamer started the game. Tate McGuire come in and got the first 3 outs in the first inning to end the first. DeCreamer never recorded an out.
A lot of off-speed pitches so far.
He gave up 1 run and then he gave up a 3-run homer.
Doesn't like that one. No, isn't that the one he threw like 2 pitches in a row?
You are now caught up, sir.
It's not good?
I told you it was defective. No one's listening to me. The 2-2, and he yanked that pitch.
Yeah, here's something for you. Is this pretty common? And I should have known this, but Ryder Helfrich's glove is black on the outside, but tan on the inside. Is that just for the pitcher to be able to pick up that mitt a little easier?
I have absolutely no idea. A little flare to center, and Mike Anu will glide in to make the catch to retire De La Cruz. Seems like that's a good project for you before next weekend.
I would think it'd be easier to see. See that?
No problem.
Tan interior and black exterior.
You know, I was watching the World Baseball Classic because that's what us baseball people do. And A.J. Pierzynski, a former catcher, was in the booth. And they were talking about foul tips that the catchers secure for strike 3 as Gonzalez takes a strike. And if you ever thought there was some skill involved, he said it's 100% luck.
Oh, I believe it.
There's absolutely nothing you can do to catch a foul tip and try to do it. It just happens.
Maybe if you're an ex-hockey goalie or something like that with just cat-like reflexes.
Maybe.
I doubt that.
Gonzalez rolled an infield single back up the middle, and Kojo went into a dive but couldn't make a play. He's down here 0-2, and that's poked to third. Souza's there. He flips to first. Robinette's got a big reach. And how about that? The headers went in order. We go to the bottom.
Much better, gentlemen. Much better inning. Tate's doing Tate McGuire things. Now we just need the boys to get the bats rolling. Wow, 315 on a Monday, early Monday too. We appreciate y'all watching with us. Make sure you tell your friends and family about us. If they are Razorback fans, they can watch right here every game. We'll bring in the SEC tournament games, Razorback games to you guys when we play there. So we did find out we would be able to broadcast those, so that's awesome. And we're going to do softball today. We get the likes up, and we're doing a pretty good job so far. We're ready to almost cross 100. So that's telling me you guys want to see that softball game. GM, well, make sure you keep your eyes on the road, brother.
That was. I'm not sure. Maybe if McGuire wasn't in contact with the rubber and
Big Phil, what's going on, brother?
At third base,
yes, we are. We're over 100 now, Chris. So it's looking like it's looking good. We got 325 watching. So
he was pretty adamant about
Shane, yeah. Unfortunately, you can only hit it once, brother.
Carter Rutenbaugh got to start yesterday and walked 3 times. If I would have told you before the season, heck, if I would have told you on Friday that Carter Rutenbaugh would be batting cleanup, you would have said.
I would have said, I'm going to push all my chips in to say no way.
Okay. DVH said he's really confident as he takes a pitch outside. He told the reporters yesterday his reputation coming out of high school was a really good hitter, and he needed some work on his receiving. And kid started playing quarterback at a big school in the Metroplex, and he's a tough kid, knows how to compete. He's been working in the outfield. He's going to ground one
there
up
you
the
go.
middle, get a base hit to the right of second base. 4th hit as a Razorback, and it leads off the 2nd inning. Sometimes, Troy, life is about making the most out of an opportunity when it presents itself, and this young man has started to do that.
And we did in the first inning, Big Phil, but we got it back together now.
His approach to hitting is he's aggressive with pitches inside the zone. He's really patient, especially those pitches down and away, letting the changeup go, and making that pitcher bring that ball in the zone.
Joey, good to see you. Welcome in. We appreciate you being here.
He's back in right today. See the numbers on the year with 3 home runs as he takes a pitch at the upper quadrant of the strike zone for strike 1.
Appreciate the 6 over on Twitch too. Rocking over there with the Twitch army.
0 for 4 yesterday. A couple of days ago, he had his 12-game hitting streak snapped. Yesterday, he had his 13-game reach base streak snapped. So he's due, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. And
no problem, Hogs fan.
A little shocking for Moran to go up and in, but I guess if you miss,
appreciate you being here.
The strike way up and in, there's really no damage that can be done. They've been pitching Aloy away. There's another slider cutter down and out. Aloy kind of has that same type of approach like I talked about Carter Rutenbaugh, is super aggressive with balls in the zone.
Well, the Hogs need some runs. It's a pitch that's tomahawked into shallow center. Robinson will call everybody off to make the catch for the first out.
Yeah, another pitch.
Gotta stay away those high fastballs, man.
That's about 2 or 3 baseballs above the top of the strike zone. And again, Arkansas hitters
makes me think we're pressing too much right now.
Pitchers just a little extra, a gift right there for swinging the pitches out of the zone.
Yesterday, Arkansas grounded into a double play and lined into a double play. Today, they have struck out into a DP, and here's Reese Robinette. Reese went 0 for 4 yesterday.
If you're rooting bar, you're down 4, you cannot get picked off. So if you have to take a full step or half step shorter lead, do what you got to do.
Fastball flutters just a little bit high.
Well, the Hogs really need to break out of the no home run zone here pretty quickly for today.
It was a project we put producer Grayson on in his last Arkansas game as Robinette takes a strike, because Troy, in a 3-game series, you start to wonder how long has it been since Arkansas has gone a 3-game series, say at home, without hitting a home run. And if you have questions, he has answers, and the answer is it's been a while, but there is a correlation. Just
there we go.
Reese. The There's your home run. It is gone.
Oh my God!
Homer in the 4 games of this series. And Reese Robinette cuts the deficit in half.
Boy, he needed that.
Swing. It's amazing how easy it is to score when you hit the ball over the fence rather than on this side of the outfield wall.
What a great job by Reese Robinette. That's a fastball down and in. And like a lot of
see some mustard emojis.
They love that ball down and in. And
you remember, you have mustard emojis
on this one. Boy, great extension, hit right through it.
That's number 1 of the year, too.
Yeah, almost 400 feet out there to right center field. 109 off the bat of Reese Robinette.
So he didn't let me finish my thought. We were so close to giving you the ultimate information before he changed everything. And that one's off the glove of the third baseman, Napolitano, picked up by Russell. His throw won't.
Ooh, that's a good throw from that shortstop.
Who gets the infield base hit. Napolitano made an outstanding pick at third yesterday. Mike Anu didn't hit that one hard, though, but he just could not scoop it.
It's amazing when you get a home run and then it seems like you start creating your own luck as an offense.
Well, Scott, they say hitting's contagious.
When was the last time Arkansas went a non-conference series without a home run? Well, it was 20.
Hey, Terry, good to see you. Welcome.
That was 3 games, and you know what happened in that series?
Arkansas lost.
You are good, Troy.
Hey, I was there. I was calling that.
Yeah, he does, Jeff.
TV
he made that Derek Jeter play.
So the last time in a non-con series in 3 games where they had not homered was 2014, and they lost that series. Now, Arkansas would have won the 3-game set had it just been a 3-game series ending yesterday, as Nolan Souza takes one outside. But again, there is a correlation when you're trying to score runs in bunches for the ability to hit the ball over the fence. Well, DVH was talking about hitting doubles, though, on the radio the other day, and he likes doubles. I get it. But he said it's hard to score a lot of runs in the SEC with back-to-back hits. You don't see that a lot.
Hey, Hellblade. Appreciate you being over on Twitch with us.
On Friday.
Yeah,
it's even harder to string hits together.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The pitching in the
Hey, you're welcome, Terry. We appreciate you being here.
Better than ever.
There you go, Souza. That's in the gap. There we go. That's going to score a run.
Great speed will not be stopped. Loses the helmet, scores.
There we go, Micah. Good job, boys.
Nolan Souza.
Let's go.
With the laser to left center. That must feel good for the Hawaiian third baseman, and Arkansas has a crooked number of their own.
Yeah, this is not a bad pitch. On the outside corner, just a little bit elevated.
Just go with the pitch.
When he's on a
Beautiful.
roll, he just can wear out that left center field gap. And you talked about Mike Anu. He has just got some jets on him. And he knew that as soon as that ball was hit, he was not going to be stopped. And the helmet falls off, hits him on the heel, doesn't slow him down a bit.
I'm not so sure he could have turned at home plate and gone back to first and made it again. That's how fast he was. It's one thing to score.
Okay, like I said earlier, you put a little pressure on this pitcher with runners on base and scoring a run. Now we got him rattled.
The ball got to the cutoff man before he was crossing home plate. And it's not like the alleys here at Baum Walker are that deep. It's 375 to left center field, 10 feet closer in right center field, kind of to negate that.
You did call it, Shane.
From the south like it normally is. But Mike Anu might have to get some oxygen or something after he was just burning up the base paths.
Wouldn't you like to have his skill set, speed, and the ability to leap and hit for some power?
Daniel Latham, the pitching coach for the Hatters, is going to come out. They do have a right-hander warming up in the bullpen.
Again, yesterday I was pitching at the bottom of the zone. Good command and sink, and then it was the side-arming right-hander that limited Arkansas to just 5 hits in the loss. Well, they have 4 hits already. Still down a run. Pitching change for the Hatters. We'll be right back with the new pitcher.
No, leave him in. We don't need a new pitcher. He's doing great.
Right. They finally got Major Razors on fire. I see you, Scott. I'm just waiting for it to pop up on the screen, my brother. If not, I will bring it on manually. We got Scott with the $3 super sticker. A post-it note says, "I'll be back," appearing on it. Scott, you're a legend, my brother. You have almost literally super chatted, I think, in almost every one of our streams, and we cannot thank you enough, brother. We appreciate that support. It means a lot. It helps us do stuff in the channel. So you're a legend, my friend.
The walk to strikeout ratio is a little bit larger than I think the Hatters want out of him. So Arkansas needs to be pretty patient at the plate with those 10 walks in those 13 1/3 innings.
From Orlando, born in Puerto Rico.
Hey, we got a membership. Christopher Fortner. Appreciate you for becoming the newest member.
Troy there, he had 45.
Welcome to Star Squad. Oh, and Dance King.
Maybe an identity
Welcome
of his.
to the new membership.
With today's scouting reports,
You now have access to the new emotes
that, these Arkansas hitters know it. And I tell you what, TJ Pompey
and a slew of other things we'll be bringing to the
been
members
very
here
patient
soon.
with that first pitch, and I think a lot of times that's the best pitch he's going to see. So I'd love to see him a little more aggressive.
Michael, it's a way to support the channel. Down by the bottom of your screen on the chat, the little $sign in the middle, you can click on that and you can send a message in and donate money. Is how he's doing that. You can do a super sticker or super chat, any of those. He's been he's a good supporter. He is one of our legends for sure.
I think you really look for signs when you have a good at bat or a good day, and then sometimes if that confidence doesn't build, you have a setback or two that kind of puts you at square one. Yeah, I think so. And then it always seems like, just like the last pitch, that was a slider up and in that caught the upper part of the zone on the inside corner. Not a pitch you want to offer with no balls, no strikes.
Come on, Pompey.
Down a strike.
Souza bounces off second base. Pompey fouls it at the plate. It's 0-2. Four-run top of the first for the Hatters. Arkansas plated 3 in the bottom of the second. But still work to be done. Pompey will wave and miss at the spinner.
Oh, Chris gifted one membership. I didn't see that. So if you got a membership, Chris Fortner, 4692 gifted one membership. So make sure you tell Chris thank you.
And that was a slider right under the hands.
Oh, thank you, Chris. We appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you doing that, Chris.
Over home plate, and it really tied him up.
Not too bad B-Hole wasn't here.
Yeah.
He won't get one.
He was in the chat earlier.
For Ruiz, who walked but was out trying to steal in the first. Sun peeks through the clouds as Corey misses down and out. Corey trying to keep his hat on. With the pitch come issue. Now he's got to tie the shoe. And listen, again, if Stetson's able to build a big lead, and they had one briefly at 4-0, you might just go a little bit slower today since we're not starting an inning after 3 p.m. There's a ground ball to third, picked nicely by Napolitano. And he fires a strike to first to retire Ruiz. So Corey comes on.
So what they're saying is they're not starting the inning after 3 p.m. I don't know if that's from weather or if they're just saying they're going to play a short game today.
Big swing that Arkansas was looking for. They're still down a run, but they've got some life.
I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to.
That's what I was asking about earlier.
Yeah,
I was like,
that
what?
was just for today, but I've not heard that before, so I don't know if they agreed on something between the coaches since this is the 4th game of the series that they're just like, hey, we're just going to basically play till 3 o'clock and that's it, or if the game's not over by then we're done, or if there's weather. I didn't think there was supposed to be any weather coming in today for us up here anyway.
I'm about to say it's raining cats and dogs down here in the Spa City.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. You guys are supposed to get. I think we were supposed to get it tomorrow. We were supposed to get it tomorrow. I don't know if they've even changed that since then.
We're supposed to get it all week.
So Vern, hey Vern, good to see you, buddy. It's a short game. Weather looks great. Yeah, that's what I thought. I figured it's a short game.
What's a short game mean?
Well, they won't go into extra innings or nothing like that.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So if it's tied at the end, it's just tied.
Yeah, so I don't know how they'll figure that out, but most likely, yeah. So, Jeff, due to them already playing 3 games, I think is a time thing for the rest for the team. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming too, Jeff. Something like that to that effect. So that means we should be well done in time for me to get an hour or 2 break before we go into the girls' game. If we keep these likes moving up, that will show me you guys want to watch that softball game tonight. It's our Lady Backs going against Missouri State. Should be a good one.
How many are we at right now?
We are at 127
St. John's had to be on the bus at 5.
in the 3rd inning.
So we want to watch it.
We're doing good at
4:40 it comes around.
But if it's a shortened game, you got to get them likes up if you want to see that softball game.
Just stops.
So you didn't get your at bat in the 7th, 8th, or 9th innings. And
well, Jackson, this is Monday.
So that was a little bit bizarre.
That is crazy.
If you're St. John's, you're glad to have that. If you're Stetson, not so much. But if the Hatters can build this lead back up again as Apple takes ball 2, Troy, then they're thinking, hey, we might get the benefit of that doubt today.
Yeah, you wonder in a game like that one, why do they not move that game up an hour? But
it's a great question. I'm not sure if there was another game ahead of it. The 2-2 is fouled off of Helfrich, but you know, we've had a couple of those situations, and it's been a few years in the SEC. I think Mizzou, maybe at A&M, where they were flying commercially, and then you're wondering, are you in the SEC? Or, I mean, what? But it always is a little more bizarre when it's a conference game. Softball has had a few of those issues in recent years with teams that have to catch a commercial flight and whatever the case may be. Apple fouls one back, but it always is a little bit unusual in our game that we say is timeless, but it's not.
Yeah, those Sunday games sometimes get a little interesting, and sometimes that's when you see games pulled forward for those.
Usually I'm the one that don't know what day it is.
McGuire's 2-2 pitch. Chop fouled over the head of Coach Tremper off the bat of Foster Apple.
Gonna have somebody from the Stetson dugout go retrieve that baseball. I think I just made a friend.
Three, 4, and 5 due up this inning for the Hatters. Poke softly to second. Kosher will glide to his left. Didn't get a funny bounce off the lip. Fielded it cleanly, throw out Apple to begin the top of the third inning.
You really like those infielders when they take their time, when they know that especially those guys at second base, you've got plenty of time. Just don't rush it. The big key is when all your momentum is going out toward the right field foul line, and then you got to square that shoulder up to make that throw.
Dessereau had the 3-run homer in the first against Kramer. Pompey had a little bit of a knee buckle there that gave us all a moment of trepidation.
Yeah, off the bat, I think it looked like
I like what I'm
ball,
seeing from
Pompey
McGuire.
called it a little early and kind of forgetting what this wind is doing. Really blowing.
Man, this guy's
right
being
to
a
the foul pole,
thesaurus right now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Fernandez had a single.
Listen to my big
back in the
words.
first as well.
Tate McGuire's doing a really good job of mixing up his pitches, and there's another baseball he doesn't like. You wonder if it's just, is it the
That man's
height
a
of the
Scrabble
seams?
king.
I think that's usually what pitchers don't like. Are they a little too high, a little too low? Usually not too high is ever an issue.
Pitch in for a strike. Could he have been maybe rubbing that ball into his glove when the third base umpire saw him? Could he have been doing something to kind of,
I don't know.
just get a better grip, so to speak?
I don't think there's any rule to say you can't.
Maybe
rub
the
it
umpire
in with
feels
your
like
glove,
you're
but
kind of scuffing it, so to speak, when all you're trying to do is
be.
get a little better grip, because clearly he has not liked the feel. And that glove you like so much for Ryder Helfrich, well, that's getting tossed out. That's the Eklund experience right there.
let's see if this one's got a black pocket or the tan pocket. Oh, the black pocket.
Yep. There you go. Switching everything up. It's better to hide the PitchCom device. Wave it a miss.
Good pitch.
Oh, and the glove. He gets the K to end the inning. He's retired everybody he's faced.
Gets the K to end the inning, so he gets the gunshots, baby.
Well, McGuire's pretty nasty.
Yeah, he's pitching today, keeping us in that ball game. Now we gotta just continue what we did last inning. Let's go. Let's see if I can look and see why we got here. Let's go to here. While we're at commercials. Ooh, we're up to 3182 on subscribers. So we've gotten a few subscribers today, too. Appreciate that very much. We're on our way to 3,500, our next milestone. So we do appreciate all you new subscribers. The Sarge Army is growing. It's exciting. Just 8 months ago, we had 0. So in 8 months, you guys have brought us all the way up to almost 3,200. We cannot thank you guys enough. Shane's calling it. We get to lead this inning.
Getting guys together, making others feel important just in any way possible, kind of being a servant leader, making people feel heard and seen. I think that's a big deal.
Not sure what Cam has against golf, but he is one of the leaders on this team, Troy, and I think early in the year he kind of spoke to the group post-game when they circle out in right field, when they weren't stringing together enough quality at bats. He spoke for the team yesterday post-game. Going to lead off this third inning. Lined out to right center in his only at bat. He's going to wave and miss. I think sometimes it takes a veteran, though, when maybe you've had a few bumps in the road, so to speak.
I think so. Sometimes there's a shot of the Hatters' defense on the infield especially. But I think sometimes it does take a veteran in there saying, hey, this is a long season. Let's not panic, but let's kind of get locked in and let's go. This is a offensive timeout by Nate Thompson talking about what this pitcher is doing up there on the mound. Probably saying, hey, he's got a little bit of sink on that fastball. You've got to see that baseball up in the zone.
Well, they got some paperwork out there. I think everything on that sheet Nate has says sinker ball.
That's more notes than I ever took in all 4 years of college.
No, I don't doubt that.
There.
But he could probably put it on an index card. This guy's going to work the bottom of the zone.
We're going to look at doing some stuff with Major Razor on shirts and stuff, Mark.
That is the comment.
Correa will wind and pitch.
Maybe get him on a hat or something.
A little bit out. This is Ben Levin and TrackMan 2-1.
Yeah, I tell you what, the Stetson hitters are really looking on the outside. Excuse me, pitchers are really painting the outside corners. Sorry, Brett.
Quick note on Arkansas's leadoff hitters, Troy. Koschel obviously leading off this inning. If you add in the 2 innings today and the rest of the series, the leadoff hitters have been on base 19 of 25 innings.
Yeah,
you would think that would result in a lot of runs.
That's a lot of opportunities, but like you said yesterday, when you're, 1 for 15 or 16 with guys on base, and that's the key.
No, Pacer. We're allowed to stream these games.
3-1 pitch hit hard into the shift.
ESPN
Cruz from his knees will throw out
gives us permission to stream these games, so we're in no danger of that. So
that didn't feel good.
We just can't stream nothing like on the big networks like Fox, ABC, CBS,
another hard hit ball by Camden,
and obviously Flow Sports.
You thought it might even have a chance to get through there, but
I didn't even think Flow was that big.
Yeah, I didn't either.
You know, I mentioned a couple of times that
they think they are. That's why they did it.
Second last year for Desero. I think the thought was he would play shortstop, but in this shift, does it matter when you're shortstop? You'd be on the right side of the diamond. You're a second baseman. You're on the left side of the diamond. The way they shift, and it's been very effective.
It really has, and they've just rolled the dice with that shift.
All it does is help us get to more people in Northwest Arkansas and in Arkansas in general.
A lot of guys throwing
with the more likes and more subscribers we get, because YouTube, the algorithm, it shows the algorithm that people like what we're doing. Is what the likes and subscribers do for us.
Falls out the hat of Correa.
That's about the 3rd time that's happened.
You might see Ryder Helfrich just come unglued right here on a pitch up in the zone.
That had some funny spin to it. Handled by De La Cruz. There's 2 outs. Corey can't keep that hat on. And he's dealing with that PitchCom device, so that's another element. You know, I came back.
Yes, Nevada, we will be streaming the Arkansas games in the SEC tournament.
Your pitchers have done, but your sport has a pace of play problem. In other words, I don't think I've ever seen more teams have issues with PitchCom. Oh, it doesn't work. We got to change it. We got to fix it. Then you get banged for a ball or a strike, and then you complain it should have been reset. It didn't work. I was tapping it. You didn't give me the reset. On top of that, it's the timeouts. It's the mid-inning pitching changes. We don't see a lot of that nonsense. But if you watch other games around this sport, it will drag you down to a morass of waiting.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, and it really hurts defenses. It keeps, if you have a good pace of play, especially for a pitcher, you know, your defense is on their toes a little bit more.
I don't, you know, again, they set these rules in place, and then people figure out how to game the system as Rutenbar takes a strike. For example, Texas pitchers will come set with about 15 seconds on the pitch timer, and they will pitch with 2 seconds. So it is slow-mo, let me sit here and come set and wait. I think it would affect the defense, but apparently somebody thinks if you stand and hold the ball that it's more of an advantage for the pitcher than it is the hitter.
I think as a hitter, you just keep wiggling your fingers and just let them do whatever they're going to be doing. And there's another pitch, another hat that falls off Correa. He needs to get a chin strap on that thing.
Well, he's got a strap, but that's for the glasses. Now PitchCom falls out of that hat. That's the problem. So then he's got to put the PitchCom in the hat on the salad, and then get back and ready to work. He's gotten a couple of bounce outs this inning, and there's that pitch down in the zone again with fade. It's gone full to Rutenbar.
See, he's just got too much hair. He needs to go to my style, and you don't have any problems with
Wally Jarrett. Wally J, welcome to the SAR squad, soldier.
He's retired all 4 that he's faced. That's smoked in
Good
the right
job,
field base
Rutenbar
hit, so
again.
Rutenbar,
2 for 2.
2 at-bats, 2 singles. He's earning more playing time.
Couple hard hit balls. Again, aggressive in the plate. Lets those borderline pitches go. Gets the fastball. That one's probably the pitch that was most down the middle so far for Arkansas hitters, and he just hammers it right through that hole.
I take that in a better,
Sometimes
for
you
sure.
would not blame a newcomer if they were a little bit jumpy and if they got a pitch to hit and missed it, or maybe take it. He has gotten that one pitch in the sequence and made the most of it.
Yeah, just definitely aggressive in the zone.
Cahillo Odoy will
There you
follow
go,
the base
Odoy.
into left field.
A little 2-out rally here.
Center in the second, but
Let's
singles
go.
between third and short. Pair of 2-out singles by the Razorbacks. The tying runs in scoring position. Go-ahead run is on base for Reese Robinette.
I know we talk a lot about exit velocity, but without you looking, I'm going to see
Yeah,
which one of those 2 balls you think were hit harder, the ball by Rutenbar or the ball by Aloy right there?
Well, I just peeked, and when you were asking, it felt like Rutenbar's was hit better.
Well, Aloy's was 106, Rutenbar's 101. Both balls struck hard.
I should never vote against Cahillo in an exit velocity challenge. Robinette's homer is first of the year, the team's 22nd. Hit it 396 feet off the scoreboard in right center. Went after that pitch that had some drop to it as well.
Back-to-back changeups by Joel Correa. That seems like a really good pitch, especially against left-handers. Robinette normally will lay off that pitch down in the zone.
It's got that true drop, maybe not a drift. It's not close.
Yeah, there's another one right there that just got away from him. That just kind of shot out of the side of his hand.
Listen to me talking about
He's
the
too
drop.
busy fiddling with his hat.
Head hot. One that didn't even register on track.
Well, that gets back to like trying to overthrow that pitch. Kind of like these guys kind of overthrow a breaking ball that just hangs.
Off the corner. Arkansas's actually out hit Stetson now, but still down a run.
Yeah, that's like 4 changeups in a row. Might even see him throw another one right here.
If you've lost the field, don't you have to throw something else? Or just keep going back to the well?
Trying to get Robinette to roll over on a ground ball to the right side.
He took a big healthy wave and a miss, and he threw the change again. I think you're almost committed to it now.
I think so. And Robinette, you can't chase this pitch down and away. Runner's going to get a head start with a full count, 2 outs.
Rutenbar will leave from second. Cahillo Odoy from first. Hard hit into the shift again. De La Cruz is there, and that was 4 ground outs with a couple of singles in between. Stetson maintains the lead as we head to the 4th inning on this Monday matinee.
Damn it, boy.
We got the number. We just gotta hit that timely hit. We ain't done scoring. We ain't done scoring. No, Scott just got too much hair and his hat's too big. He needs to go get that tightened up a little bit after this game. We did, Mark.
years. And Landon Russell flew out to center in the first. A year ago in the regional at Auburn, he ran into the fence and broke his collarbone as he singles to right field.
Ooh.
Against McGuire. McGuire had retired all 9 that he had faced leading up to that single. So think about that. You finished your season breaking your collarbone by running into the outfield fence. Now, he's been playing shortstop, and I said to Coach Trimper, he's still listed as an outfielder on your roster. And he goes, no, he's our shortstop. And it's amazing sometimes how that works. He even told me, if you would have mentioned back in the fall or even in January that Russell would be our everyday shortstop, I would think probably not. As Hilton takes one outside. And yet it's just the strange part about our game. You didn't think Rutenbar would be batting cleanup. You wouldn't have guessed that Russell would be playing shortstop. But all of a sudden you have a need. Maybe something doesn't quite work out. You throw a guy there, and he does well. And then you keep rolling with it.
Yeah, I think so. And, again, good players, create their own opportunities. And once you get a little crack or a little bit of playing time, you got to grab onto it with both hands.
Hilton had the 3-run homer yesterday off Colin Fisher. He's going to take a strike over the outside corner from McGuire.
A couple bluffs over at first base by Landon Russell.
And again, he's got elite speed, as does Robinson.
Pretty good pitch to go on.
McGuire really simple, though, to the plate. Hit the hands of Hilton. Hilton did not even flinch after that ball hit him.
Well, they might see if they're gonna
hit him on the hand or something else, or the elbow.
He almost stuck it. He stuck his arm out there.
That elbow,
Yes,
kind of came up a little bit.
Yep, you can't do that.
A 4-man crew discussing this. Ben Levin behind the plate. David Susi.
Looked like he brought it up to me.
Van Raphorst at
Arkansas
second.
is challenging the ruling of hit by pitch on the field.
This is the one area, Troy, I feel like you give the benefit of the doubt to the pitcher. I feel like at times on the replay we all heard, well, it has to be indisputable, this and that. I think oftentimes with this, if even there's that flinch or that effort forward and you get hit, I think they more often than not give the pitcher the benefit of the doubt. Now, I don't know.
And the thing is, if you're a hitter, you're like, hey, I'm starting the motion of my swing. But I still think that elbow kind of came up a little bit.
That angle sells it differently than the other one. When we saw from center field, I just felt like he just froze and held his ground. That angle made it look like he kind of leaned in, but I'm with you. Sometimes just by loading and gathering, you start to move forward, and then you're caught.
Sir, I'm going to need you to go back to the plate.
All right. I thought initially, I'm doubting my first instinct. The other day when we didn't have a televised game on Friday, DBH reviewed 2 plays in the first inning, lost them both, and he was done with challenges in the first.
I wouldn't think this would take too long.
Well, the pits of confusion would beg to differ. We were doing our extended pregame show on opening day, and we were looking into the pit from where we were standing on the track, and there was nothing but cords and wires and a monitor. And I think I turned to you and go, this can't be good. And we did not have workable replay in that game.
We also had to dodge a lot of people. There was a lot of traffic going over there, coming out of the stands and onto the field.
What was the inflatable ice cream thing that walked in front of us?
I think the Sonic had some kind of mascot coming out there. Looked like a smoothie.
I mean, there's more people that walked on that warning track pregame than walked down College Avenue at about noon.
Well, they're having a good look at this one, I'll say, at least.
He tried to disguise it, but he did raise his elbow. But I could see it going either way.
Ben Levine said that it was a hit by pitch.
Bit of confusion has slowed things down. Let's see this from center again.
It just looks like that elbow kind of is coming out.
See, that angle to me.
And his hands are coming forward.
That angle to me says play on. That's a hit by pitch.
After review, the runner was hit by the pitch. He will remain at first base. Arkansas has 1 challenge remaining.
All right. I think I got to my guess in the nick of time.
I'm okay with that call. It was either way. It was 50-50.
Pitching change. So McGuire retired 9 in a row. A couple of runners reach against him in the 4th. Hey, we're playing against the clock today. We got to get this thing moving. We'll step aside, come back with
New pitcher coming in.
Who we got coming in?
Tate, good job. I didn't see yet. Tell you when he comes back. Skinny over on Twitch says lies, sir. I never lie. I may be wrong, but I'm always right.
Ben's the truth.
That's all right. New pitcher comes in, we'll get the out and get it up there and get these bats going. Pacer says it looks like Steel Eves is coming in.
Ooh.
I think it's just because it's a Monday game and they got to get out of town. Stetson's got to get out of town to get on the road to their next game.
Good morning, good evening.
Yeah, Major Raiders is not happy we ain't winning. That's for sure, Joe.
He looks real pissed off.
Yeah. He a little angry. Normally he's pretty chill, but after yesterday and what he's seen today in the first inning, he's just letting you know he's a little hot. Yep, it is Steel Eves.
7th or 8th, but I think I'm completely on board here, bringing Eves into this game in the 4th inning to try and keep this at a 4-3 contest.
I think you're 100% right. I think Steel Eves falls into the categories of guys that DVH trusts. Okay. And so that's why you're seeing him. He's a guy that throws a sinker, throws a lot of strikes, is kind of a ground ball guy when he's on, and he's not going to give up any free passes.
That circle of trust is not
it's not limitless, is
well,
it?
There's not a quorum at times.
I know, right, Robert?
It ebbs and flows. It feels like at times you get a little bit later on in the year that circle gets even smaller. But I would tend to agree.
So I love that. Steel Eves looks back at his infielders and goes, hey, I'm going to get a double play ground ball right back to me. Who am I going to go with? Who's going to cover second base?
Which one of you slappies is going to take this throw? Because I'm ready to turn 2. Here's Napolitano. Bounced out to second his only time in.
Again, and this time Napolitano showing the bunt. I'd like to throw a lot of breaking balls in this situation. You practice on machines and fastballs.
Going to square again. That's a good bunt. Sousa will flip to Koschel. Each team gets something out of that sequence. Hatters advance a couple of runners. Arkansas gets the first out.
It's definitely in the MO of Stetson to move runners up in a situation like this. Now a fly ball, get your run, base hit, get you 2.
This would feel big for the Hatters to kind of regain a little bit of momentum.
They might have a pinch hitter right here for Stetson.
Looks like it's still Robinson.
Oh, my bad.
Troy, he is 0 for 11 in this series, and he could not pick a better time to come out of that drought. Should he get a base hit?
Yeah, he can. Tomorrow.
I saw the home plate umpire going and making notes. I think it was maybe an offensive timeout right there.
Well, the runner coming down from third, Russell, had to jackknife. Sousa was step for step with him on a bit of a safety squeeze attempt. Let's see it again.
Boy, there goes the runner, and
Well, he
Sousa's
beat
coming
Sousa.
in, and he spun some wheels as that pitch was out of the zone.
They tell you to come with the third baseman. He was ahead of Sousa. There's a chopper, and remember, he runs well. This is trouble. Pompey will throw on the run. Safe at first. A run will score. Robinson just poked it in play. TJ did everything he could to try and hustle that throw to first. Hatters lead 5-3.
Boy, just a
It
soft
just wasn't
tapper,
hit hard enough.
little top spin. That extra bounce right there is what really cost Pompey. And again, Robinson's great speed.
Boy, that was close.
That
wasn't
was
it?
really close. It's amazing what happens when you put the ball in play.
So if you're Robinson, do you run here?
I would.
I do too. Back to the top of the lineup, 5-3 Hatters. Pitch is down and out. Steves was not making contact.
Did not pick up the batter. See if he was ready to hit.
A single, a hit batter, a sac bunt, and an infield single. And another bunt. Problem is somebody has to cover first base.
That is a ball that Reese Robinette does not need to field. You got a pretty athletic pitcher in Steele Eves, and you saw them crisscross. Eves is easily going to be able to get to this baseball. Wasn't bunted real hard. Even though, so Robinette's charging right here, and you've got to make a decision.
He's clearly thinking about going home, and that was not going to work with that type of bunt. That bunt's got to be harder, right, for even to have a chance.
I think so, absolutely. Or you've got to be just on top of him. That hit batter comes around to score right there.
So now it's 6-3. Heart of the lineup ready to do some damage for Stetson. Gonzalez 1 for 2 with that run scored in the first. Arkansas was down 4-0. They scored 3, but the Hatters have found a couple of runs as well in this fourth inning.
Hey, Brady, what's going on, buddy?
Right there by Steele Eves, well off the plate. If you're Gonzalez, you've got to look for something middle in that you can drive.
Poked out to center for another base hit. Robinson will turn third, but hold there. He got a late break. New plays it back in. Hatters going station to station. And this is the gas house game right now. Poking the ball in play and just keeping the wheels in motion.
Kind of feels like some softball type swings out there, just guiding that ball into the outfield. A little bit of small ball with some bunts.
And it has worked. Remember, Coach was telling us about his offense when we visited with him back on Thursday, Troy. And, you know, he said, we're not a team that's going to hit a ton of homers. Now, they've had 2 big 3-run homers in the last couple of days. How they do things a little bit different with all their stolen bases a year ago. Well over 120, I think. And, you know, the one thing I believe he told us when it comes to running is that he doesn't really put a lot of signs on. He trusts his guys to do it on their own.
Yeah, kind of feel what the situation's like, and if they feel like they've got a good lead and a good jump, go.
What did he say? It's 80s baseball like George Brett?
Yeah, well, said everybody, he said that we're the Royals except for George Brett. Brett would have some pop and some great swings, but they were a little more old school,
not
base to base, station to station.
Explode
right
the
now,
defense,
Josh.
Epitomizes our offense is how he worded it. Foster Apple takes a strike after the mound visit. Arkansas needs something here because they're down 6-3, and there's a chopper to Thur. Can Arkansas get 2? And
there we go.
Troy, that's just what Eves and the Razorbacks needed to end the inning.
Let's go hit, boys.
The man said, "Good evening. How do you do?"
appreciate all 409 on YouTube and 11 over on Twitch. Watching with us on this Monday afternoon. I don't think we're done scoring yet. Daniel says, I'm fixing to stuff my face with some junk food to make me feel better. There you go. Whatever works, my brother. Angel says, mustard time. We need some mustard. We need a lot of mustard. We're getting closer to doing the softball game.
To bat in the fourth against Correa, who got 3 ground balls to second last inning. Arkansas scratched at a couple of hits, but did not score.
I think if you're Arkansas hitters, you've got to see the baseball up and not swing at that ball at the bottom of the zone. Again, he's throwing probably 60% changeups at this point.
It's like it's one after another. Micah got on base with a hit, scored in that 3-run second in which Arkansas has done all of their damage.
And when he does throw a fastball, it's down in the zone. Again, you're down 3. You've got a guy with tremendous speed. I know you want to hit in this situation, but boy, I always call it a Pringles can strike zone. It better be in one spot and one spot only.
Hawks need base runners. We've been saying that a lot these last couple of games.
They've got the leadoff man on. They just haven't been able to produce.
Well, that's
much.
True. Good point.
So again, you have to have that same approach right here. Do not expand the strike zone. Don't chase anything down.
That's laced to the gap to left center field. Robinson will cut it off. New's going to race to second base. That throw is close, but not in time. Boy, speed can be fun to watch, whether it's in center tracking down that ball or whether it's New trying to get a double.
Boy, I thought there was no way that Robinson had a chance to make this play close at second base, and New came out of the chute thinking double the whole way. Great job by Robinson. Got around that ball, strong throw. It's on the money, and this is bang bang at second base.
Sure was.
Boy, the foot almost blocked Micah New from reaching second base.
Right, he almost went right into the shoe of
the boy Micah
Cruz.
Boy, that's one of those balls. If you're Micah New, you cannot be thrown out at second base when you're down 3 runs.
Well, Nolan Souza laced a double to left center field. Back in the second. He's going to square to bunt down 3.
That's a little surprising.
With the corners charging.
Yeah, especially with the third baseman playing Napolitano. I think that was maybe Souza had the take sign. He's just going to go, I'm going to make these guys move a little bit around the infield.
I'm perplexed.
It was just a bluff.
I think of is, you're going to take no balls, no strikes. So if you show a bunt, you might pull that third baseman in another half a step.
I thought maybe he was looking at some type of slash if they were charging further. And Souza takes one down and out. Souza's playing third, Pompey short today. Brumbaugh started at short yesterday, and it just didn't go Carson's way. Hit a couple of throwing errors and swung at a couple of pitches over his head. And, DVH was asked about him yesterday, and he said, what are you seeing on the errors? He said, throwing. It's called confidence. And we're going to have a quick mound visit. And, the kid was swimming a little bit yesterday, and the one thing he added, though, he felt like he was taking his bat into the field. And, when that happens, you're going to have this rotation of Carson sometimes and Pompey maybe a third or short, Souza third, maybe short, and that has not been settled.
Yeah, I think you've seen just the difference between Brombaugh, you know, like I said, taking that glove, excuse me, the bat into the field, but then Pompey was on the other hand. Pompey was really struggling early on at the plate, but was playing really solid defense, and I think that's the difference between a junior and a freshman.
Could be.
And how you handle those situations. It's definitely much easier said than done.
Listen, it's not easy because we can all sit here and say, well, let's give this guy a day off, whatever the case may be. How about our first base umpire, David Sousa, saying, let's go? And this is a long conversation. Again, no inning will start after 3 p.m., so we are going to get a new pitcher out of this. We'll finish that thought when we come back. A lefty being summoned into the game, 6-3, Stetson in front.
Another pitcher coming in. Pooh Bear, good to see you. Ozzy, good to see you. Angel, I see you.
Lefty-lefty matchup right here, but there's still no one in the bullpen, Brett, warming up behind Connor Ball.
Okay. He inherits count to Sousa. That's 2-0. Hogs down 3 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Sousa fouls one right back to the screen. I was talking before we went to break about kind of this rotation, if you will, between Pompey, Brumbaugh, and Sousa. And Troy, I think we've all seen a couple of things in all these many years. Everybody can utilize a day off from time to time, whether you call it a reset, whether it's a day off for your body, your mind, against a particular pitcher. As Sousa fouls one back and out of play. The tough part, I think, mentally is, let's say you don't start and somebody comes in and has a good game. You're like, well, does one day turn into 3 or 4? Or am I going to get my job back? Am I going to lose it? And then, you know, you do start thinking a little bit in regards to that.
May cause you to press a little bit more on the next opportunity.
Agreed.
It's not for rain, Richard. It's because Stetson's got to get out of town.
Swing to stay alive.
So they got to be done by 3 o'clock. It's a traveling thing for Stetson.
Alabama through just 5 innings, so all kinds of promise with Brumbaugh, and we've seen Sousa kind of build back from missing time last year. Pompey, not new to college baseball, but new to the Razorbacks. Another pitch that is a little bit outside.
And, you know, and being a true freshman like Carson Brumbaugh, tremendous talent. You know, it's going to click, and it's just kind of taking that deep breath and let that game come to you, not pressing a little bit too much.
Sousa waiting on a payoff. Here it comes. Lifted to left. Apple started back, but he'll glide to his right. Now the wind starts to work it a bit. Apple makes the catch. There's one out. So that worked, bringing in the lefty with a 2-0 count to retire Souza and not lead to any advancement.
Yeah, I think so. And this is where Pompey might have a
No
really
problem,
good
Hogs
chance
fan.
to see the ball big. You've got a left-hander that's not real firm with the fastball.
No, Matthew, this was kind of Dave Van Horn did this because it gave us an extra day off before the Mississippi State series next week.
It's the one thing Arkansas didn't do yesterday when they had a chance just to get a run or another run here or there. It didn't have to be a 5 or 6 run inning had they been able to put up a picket fence across some of the score line, but they didn't. A little bit up, a little bit out.
See those pitchers really hold that baseball for a long time, and I wish I knew the stat, but it seems like that most pitchers, at least at the collegiate level, when they hold that baseball that long, they're not going to throw a strike. Kind of gets themselves out of a rhythm as well.
You would think.
Well, and that's ball 3 right there, and that's TJ Pompey being a little too aggressive on 2-0. Boy, you just have to, when you got 2 balls, no strikes, such a hitter's count, cut that plate in half. You can look on that ball in the outer third, but that's about a baseball or 2 off the plate, and that's why he didn't put that ball in play.
Pitch to Pompey, cut on a missed. Pulled the string again.
With 2 strikes right here, if you're Pompey, you're gonna have to sit off speed and just try to react and spoil a fastball. Probably going to get pitches away.
Ball to Pompey. Fouled into the glove of Fernandez, and that's a strikeout. And just like that, 2 outs, and New has not moved.
That's a changeup off the plate. Again, that's not a strike. That's a baseball or 2 off. And again, it's definitely so much easier to be a hitter up here in the booth when you can see TrackMan.
You can see he's
like
pressing.
But I think that it all started with that 2-0 swing.
You can see it in his face.
He swung at a pitch that wasn't close to being a strike.
He is not seeing no baseball.
Reflection of that at bat.
It did, and now Arkansas in danger of wasting a leadoff double. Back to the top of the lineup for Ruiz.
Come on, Ruiz, pick him up.
There's really no chance with the ball hits the outfield, base hit. They're going to throw out New at the plate.
Sprayed foul into the suites. There's an open window down the line and right, and that thing rattled around, and someone got a baseball. Got to get off the phone, though, to make a play. No applause when you pick it up. You have to catch it to get applause.
De La Cruz, the shortstop, playing right behind second base.
Strike at the bottom of the zone to Ruiz.
Arkansas dugouts barking a little bit.
Indeed they are. That's not close from Paul. Again, this was a 4-0 game in favor of Stetson, then 4-3. Hatter's got a couple of runs in the top of this inning. And Arkansas trying to get something in the bottom of the frame, but 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ruiz will chop one to third. And the throw is in time, and Arkansas another leadoff runner in which they do not score in the inning. 4 complete. Stetson remains in front.
Leaving runners on base. It's not how you win games.
Vanderbilt has had like 8 or 9 run rule wins, and yet they are really scuffled to the tune of 10-7. So either it's run rule or loss. And then Sac State not only defeated LSU, but they won the series. And High Point almost swept a series from Florida, Troy. It was a 12-11 Gators win. I think they had to get 5 walks in the ninth to come back and win the game to avoid being swept.
Yeah, there's some crazy things going around in college baseball, and the Arkansas Razorbacks are not immune to that as well.
They are not. Coach Tremper, a pair of top 10 wins. Arkansas and LSU are both in this weird little stretch. LSU was ranked 2nd last week. They went 1-4, and they dropped to 13th. As Desereau leads off the inning against Steel Eaves and takes a strike. Arkansas actually went from 6 to 5, and that's a little bit puzzling as well. Obviously, they had to do the rankings before today's game. I want to read you a quote, though, from Jay Johnson after that series loss to Sac State. A little bit up and out. See if you could substitute Jay for DVH.
Okay.
And Sac State to Stetson. Sac State pitched and defended very well over the past 2 days. Their pitchers were around the plate. They mixed well. Their defense picked them up. Credit to them, but we need to play better.
Yeah, that is.
Could that be DVH?
You could close your eyes and sounds just exactly like DVH. I think these veteran coaches just kind of call a spade whenever how their teams are playing. They're not going to hold any punches.
But are we in an era where we're going to see this every week as far as upsets, whether it's old or mid-major teams? Or I think the 34-man roster has something to do with this too.
I definitely think so. Arkansas shifted on Desereau, and after they saw him shoot one down the left field line, they're going to go, hey, let's bring Souza back to third base. But, you know, it's just the parity of college baseball. I think some of these teams are just older than they have been in a long time. You've got the shorter draft of 20, only 20 rounds. You've got a little extra money, full scholarships that guys have.
That helps.
So you have some older guys. Some of these teams have got, 23, 24, maybe even a 25-year-old in there mixed in at times.
I think the NIL portion, paying players, helps. Because, again, if you're not going to be drafted in the top 10 rounds, it makes a lot of sense to stay in school unless you're losing your leverage by being a 4th or a 5th-year player. Desereau, for example, look at the number of games he's played.
That's a lot of ball games.
Boy. Probably played 5 a year in Canada. Slices one out to left field. Ruiz will get there. He was waiting to make the play, and there's one out. No, I think it's part of it. If you're not going to go play pro ball, why not, make a few bucks and stay for another year in the college ranks? But when Sac State's winning a series at LSU, Stetson's trying to split a 4-gamer here. High Point just.
I think they're going to Brizzy next year.
Florida, and Vanderbilt keeps losing bizarre games. Those are all teams that, for the last decade, we've expected to see in Omaha.
Yeah, it wouldn't just absolutely dominate. They just feel like that whoever they throw out there on a non-conference weekend, they're just going to beat, almost run roll everybody. So it's definitely been interesting this season.
Fernandez hits a hard chopper up the middle, but Kosha was stationed there. We'll throw out the Stetson catcher, and there's 2 gone in the inning.
I think this is what Arkansas needs, is turn this inning over quickly, get back to the bats and see if they can't do something offensively.
Yeah, they need outs and they need quick outs, because you're hoping you have one long inning at some point in the bottom of one of these frames. Landon Russell singled last inning to start the frame. A chopper right to third. Head high. Souza gloves it.
Good job, guys.
Arkansas
That's what we needed
got what
right
they
there.
Wanted. A 1-2-3 inning in a quick frame. Now they.
Let's go bat now. Appreciate everybody watching with us. We are close to that number of getting the softball game played tonight. Let's keep them lights going up, and we'll do the softball game at 5 o'clock. It's Arkansas and Missouri State at Bogle Park.
the thing, if you're Arkansas, that you got to love with Camden Kojal coming up right here is, you talked to earlier, you know, the splits really don't bother Camden. You know, he can hit the lefties as well as the righties, and kind of like what Ryder Helfrich's done is,
I agree,
Vamster.
Vamster.
Be patient and wait for that ball to be in the strike zone. Take your walks if you need to, but boy, be aggressive and just let it rip when you see a pitch in the zone.
No, I would agree, but that's 390 for a team that is hitting 295. Now, the team batting average is 12th best in the SEC. Arkansas.
Yeah, they do after this game. But yeah, they just played 3 against Georgia, and they're playing Missouri State today.
Run or a wide margin. And Arkansas, though, 12th in team batting average. As Kojal, facing the shift, will take a strike over the inside corner. Kojal, Helfrich, and Rutenbar, and this inning feels wildly important for the Razorbacks.
I definitely agree, and that was a kind of pitch up and in, and Kojal I don't think was ready for that one.
That's low, 1-1 from the left-hander. Ball.
Tons of room up the middle for Kojal.
Right-hander throwing in the Stetson bullpen. Kojal lifts one to left center field. Robinson gliding back. Not quite to the track, and he'll make the catch.
That wind kind of knocked that one down a little bit. Get to the deepest part of the park.
One gone for Helfrich. Riders 0 for 2.
Second baseman Dela Cruz was playing right behind second base, was checking his stat card and said, oh, I better go play a little more traditional second base.
That's tattooed to right center, but going to be a hard, long single as Robinson collects and plays it back in. Helfrich's first hit in 3 at-bats. 1 out base runner. The Razorback fifth.
Boy, Dela Cruz almost positioned himself in the perfect spot. He was just a little too short. He needed Mike Anu vertical to catch that one.
Tell you what, their shifts, though, have worked out more often than not this weekend. Carter Rutenbar has a couple of hits and 2 at-bats. After walking 3 times in an 0 for 1 Sunday.
Just his presence in the box, he does not look like a freshman. Looks like he's got tremendous confidence. You know, those pitches that are outside, you know, halfway to the plate, you can already tell with his body language, he knows that's not a strike.
Well, that just did clip the zone.
Down 3 runs and a left-handed hitter. Helfrich already's been thrown out once. He's not going anywhere at first base. You got to play station to station at this point.
Rutenbar didn't want to do it, but this is a bit of a tough play, and Ball will make it. He'll sling it to first to retire Rutenbar. Anytime you do that pirouette and pivot, never sure exactly what you're going to get, but he made the perfect throw.
Yeah, and his foot kind of slipped just a little bit when he planted that before that pirouette. Strong, accurate throw to first base.
Would they let the lefty face Cahillo with the righty in the bullpen?
It's a little surprising.
All right. Cahillo single came back in the 3rd inning. Backdoor strike. Just mentioned a moment ago, the shifting from Stetson has worked a lot this weekend, but executing a game plan between yesterday and today been top notch. And I wasn't here Saturday, you were, and Friday's game wasn't televised, but my goodness, they have worked around that entire strike zone.
Yeah, their pitchers have done a great job of not missing over the heart of the plate, and that was a changeup that drifted a couple baseballs off the plate, and again, it was all set up for the flat fastball in the corner.
Arkansas hit 1 home run in 4 games. There's a chopper up the middle, but it deflects off the glove of the shortstop Russell, and it propels
That'll
to
work.
center, so it's going to cost him a run. as Helfrich scores.
We'll take anything
Even if
right
that
now.
ball's knocked down, Ryder has to hold it third, but when it continued into center, it gifted Arkansas their 4th tally.
Well, Brett, watch De La Cruz come across, and you wonder if he kind of messed up Russell in that situation. You can see they're really close to each other. I don't know.
I think he's taking a peek.
I think he just kind of saw that out of the corner of his eye, just shot right off the end of his glove.
You might be right.
They're going to call that an error, E6.
Agreed.
So
Well,
no RBI for Kahilo Aloy.
So Robinette represents the tying run. Arkansas got a run, even though it wasn't maybe in the manner by which they thought. They'll take it.
Robinette a little jumpy on that first pitch down and away.
That's down and out from the lefty to the lefty. Hogs could use a big swing. The nominations are open for consideration. Well, he was trying.
That was the pitch he wanted, a fastball kind of up and in. I think he was thinking he might get something down and away. It's a good pitch by Ball right there. Really changed the eye level. He went down and away 2 pitches in a row, then up and in with the fastball. He's going to try to go off the plate right here.
They're thrown away, but not far enough for Cajillo to advance. Again, Arkansas cannot afford to run into outs on the bases.
I think that was Hudson Polk going, no, son, stay right here.
Robinette down in the count. He followed that into the glove and then out of the glove of Fernandez.
See Ball really trying to nibble down and away.
The 2-2. Robinette fouled it right back to the screen. Troy, this was Reese's shot in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, really good swing right there by Robinette. The fastball down and in really just dropped the barrel head, and that was a big blow for Arkansas. They'd love to see another one right here.
They would not turn it down. Just missed. A little bit down, a little bit out.
It's a really good take by Reese Robinette. Now Kahil Loy's going to get a head start, and I'm really surprised that Stetson's, with a left-handed hitter, is not going to have that first baseman play behind Loy at first base.
Extra base hit could produce another run. Aloy runs. Here's the payoff. Softly grounded off the glove of Gonzalez. Aloy will turn and go to third. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good in these last 2 sequences for the Razorbacks.
Put a little pressure on him.
So I just said that Gonzalez, the first baseman, is not playing back. He's holding the runner on, and that ball he just can't get to. I think if he plays back right there, he can make that play, and then the Hatters are out of this inning. And just kind of knocked it just enough to get it out of the reach of De La Cruz. We talked about how good they've been on positioning. I think that one cost him right there.
I would agree. So Reese will get the base hit. Inning stays alive. And now you get the righty-lefty matchup with Micah New and his power. Micah's got a couple of base hits. If Arkansas dares to dream, he elevates and celebrates. The Hogs will have their first lead in a long time.
He tried to.
Yeah,
right
he was
there.
thinking like-minded, I guess.
We've seen Micah New really start hitting the baseball really well to the right side, and there's a giant hole with Gonzalez holding on Robinette over there at first base.
That one's not close.
Especially with Ball, kind of the soft-handed left-hander. See, look at that big old hole between first and second. And Ball's throwing that change up to right-handers down and away.
I see you working. Connects with a strike on the outside corner.
Talk about painting a corner. Ball just dotted that outside bottom part of the zone. Now he can go a little bit farther off with the changeup right here.
Runners on the corners, 2 outs. And Micah New will wave and miss. Strikeout ends the inning. They work around that 2-out error. Hawks do get a run, though. 6-4.
Just not getting them big timely hits. Tuffy, what's going on, buddy?
Stetson leading 6-4. Hilton was hit by a pitch in the fourth. First couple of hatters reached. They both scored, and that is the difference in this game. Steele Eaves got the last 3 outs in the fourth inning, had a perfect fifth, and he's right back out there again. It's a ground ball to Kojal. Easy play. One quick out in the 6th inning.
Yeah, that hit by pitch to Hilton really kind of changed the complexion of that inning. That's where Stetson scored a pair of runs. Well, we've had a lot of baseballs thrown away. Steele Eaves just tosses another one over. That's about got to be like 4 or 5 that
At
the pitcher
least,
didn't like.
maybe more than that.
Some good BP balls.
Napolitano dropped out a bunt last time in. Makes a bid for a much longer fly ball here, but not quite to the track. So Ruiz makes an easy catch. 2 gone.
Didn't catch all that one. Got a little backspin on it, and wind kind of blew it out a little bit, but just a can of corn for Ruiz out there in left field.
Damian told me the fans have been pretty good to him. He's loved being out there interacting with the fans. It's a little different field today with most people, I hope, either at work or at school.
One of your favorites, the offensive timeout, Brett.
Boy. We're going to see them all, though, now, don't you think?
I think so.
There'd be no need to leave them in your pocket at this point with a timed game. There it is, just playing hooky, hanging out, chilling, napping. I'm not sure it's a shorts day. Do you feel like it is?
A little breezy for shorts.
Shorts with a sweatshirt, or maybe, you know, no coat, but pants?
I would think pants. It's not like you're trying to catch rays today.
Understood. Robinson had an infield single and an RBI in the fourth when he chopped one softly to short. That's firm at the bottom of the zone.
That speed of Robinson, Nolan Souza's playing even with the bag at third base.
Sometimes it's for a miss hit, if nothing else.
Yeah, I think so. And then, you know, as an infielder, you've got to speed up just a little bit when you got a guy that can run like Robinson.
And it's not just getting out of an inning with a 0 on the board. That's the ultimate goal. But again, you're playing with a little pace here, too.
I think so.
3-1 to Robinson. Another ground ball. They're going to have to reseed this infield after these 4 games. They've just taken chunks out of everything.
Good inning.
All these ground ball outs.
Souza, Pompey, and Ruiz coming up. Absolutely YT. Hog Wild. We do appreciate all.
So it is upon us. That is a tough assignment for Arkansas in the first week.
That is not easy. The Bulldogs are really locked and loaded. At least they get them at home. That'll help a little bit.
8-9-1 for the Razorbacks. Ball back out there. Souza has doubled in a run and also flied to left. Arkansas had a leadoff double in the 4th, but did not advance Micah Newt. Then they scored an unearned run in the 5th, but stranded a couple of runners as well.
Boy, I don't know. That was a. You've got, Napolitano kind of playing down your throat on that, really taking away that bunt of Nolan Souza.
And I hate to do that 0-1 too, because now you're buried. You know who won't be here this weekend? Producer Grayson. This is it for him in Razorback land. He's going to MLB, maybe even this afternoon. Who knows?
I tell you what, that's congrats to Grayson. That's a big honor to go play in the broadcast in the show.
That's on the ground up the middle to De La Cruz, and his throw is just in time, and there's one out. I think Grayson is going to be deputy commissioner to Rob Manfred, I think was his title.
I think that's it.
Yes.
Boy, De La Cruz kind of took his time on that one and had to unleash it with the left-handed hitting Souza running down the line. I think he made that play a little closer than he would have liked.
It was closer, yes, than I think the Hatters wanted to see. TJ Pompey is 0 for 2. A couple of strikeouts. He came in one behind the league leader in that category, so he is now taken over the mantle.
And that's what happens to you when you're kind of scuffling at the plate. You get a pitch that really not close.
Well, that's not close.
That is not close at all.
Ben Levin's been really pretty good for the most part, and that one had the fans downstairs grumbling, and they're in kind of a grumbling mood right now. He might be as well. DVH said yesterday their pitchers stuck it to our hitters. Even though Arkansas has out-hit Stetson, Hogs trailing by 2.
Yeah, some timely hits by the Hatters.
Hogs need base runners. Pompey will wave and miss. 3 Ks today, 2 gone in the inning.
That's a fastball that's not even close to the zone. And again, the last 2 balls that Pompey swung at were pitches well off the zone. Again, it's easy to hit up here, but that's you just kind of have to lock in with 2 strikes. You just can't expand that strike zone.
All right, Troy, I've been waiting to ask you a question, and I think now is the time.
All right, bring it.
As Ruiz bats. This college game is scouted within an inch of its life. Do you think that there will be SEC opponents that are really going to be looking at how Stetson has pitched Arkansas this weekend, or will they revert to their power, or will they pick up or glean some strategies off this weekend?
You know, I think you always want to go with your own strength, but you also have to go with some of the numbers, and I think, you know, just some of those pitches that are up and away.
Ruiz tries to bunt. What an effort by Gonzalez to retrace his steps to get there.
That's just a great job by, first of all, by ball. Normally you're going to fall off to the third base side. He doesn't lose his balance. This is a great bunt, but look at Gonzalez come back and find the base without even looking at it. That's just kind of how the ball's rolling for Stetson.
We're gonna have to find something to do with Pompey. Somebody's gonna have to replace him. That young man is just not ready to be in a batter's box right now. His pitch selection is horrible. So what do you think? Y'all want to see the softball game? At 5 o'clock? Arkansas against Missouri State. We're about 38 likes away from getting that done. Yeah, I agree, Dance King. It's our big guys, they're not producing either.
Might be taking note of how Stetson has pitched Arkansas this weekend for some game planning of their own. And obviously the SEC is a little more of a power-oriented effort as De La Cruz takes a strike. But the way Arkansas has expanded the zone and chased out of the zone, I think, might be noteworthy.
Yeah, I think pound the bottom of the zone early with strikes and then really try to get them to fish off the plate, especially down and away.
De La Cruz bunted for a hit and an RBI in the 4th.
250.
Down 0-2.
Kaysen, 250. We're 30 away. We ain't doing all that well, XD.
Push to first, Robinette there, and there's one out. I
We
don't
down
think
6-4.
Arkansas could have drawn a tougher assignment in the SEC opening weekend than Mississippi State. As you mentioned, it is at home rather than being in Starkville, but there are some teams kind of searching and trying to find themselves as well. I don't know if State is one of those. Now, they lost to UCLA, a really good team.
Right.
Lost a game to Southern Miss last Tuesday.
Another really good team.
Another top 10 team.
Yeah, they're not scuffling really in any asset or facet of the game.
Bouncer to Kojal off the bat of Gonzalez.
You know, here's another point, Brett, to, you know, Arkansas maybe expanding the strike zone a little bit. It is a lot easier to be more patient at the plate when you've got a lead. When you're behind, you feel like you've got to contribute. You've got to do a little bit more than maybe you should. And I think that's why offenses in Arkansas are really chasing some balls out of the zone.
No, I think I won't discount that. As Foster Apple bats, he's 1 for 3. Bounced into a double play in the 4th inning. Checks a swing and nearly took out a couple of people in the opening at the dugout railing. That was coming. Don't hit Stewart. He's down there trying to get back in the lineup for Friday. He does not need.
And you don't need him making any sudden movements to try to get out of the way of a ball.
That too. Apple takes one down and out.
Yeah.
Apple had
Mark,
a home run
that's the
yesterday.
age-old question, bro.
In the first
I have no
run
idea.
today. He was involved in a bizarre play in left field against the Florida Gators a couple of weeks ago, and one that you don't often see, but one that I think comes up. And the poor announcers, I mean, you know, when you don't know a rule and then you beat it into submission and then you bury it and then you dig it up and then you beat it into submission again. Apple tried to make
he's nursing an ankle.
Glove, popped way in the air.
Robert, they're just keeping it precautionary so he can play against Mississippi State.
Back to second base. And that's a
Good
wave
pitch.
miss. I'll finish. But Steel Eve says, not now. I'm going to work fast. He's been good. Stretch time.
We've had multiple chances today. We just left runners on base. We just need that one big hit, or timely hit, I should say. That one timely hit, and this game could change in literally an inning. No, I did not, 2K. Offer no trades. Sorry about that. Wrong button.
Again, I think that you can be aggressive early in the count if it's in the zone.
Also a lefty-lefty matchup. 2 of the 3 hitters left-handers. Kosho, a wave and miss. Ball's been really good. Gave up an unearned run in the 5th. Retired Arkansas in order in the 6th. Kosho twice has flied out to center. Again, the shift in place. I want to finish my thought, though. Apple, the left fielder for Stetson, raced into the corner against Florida. Ball hits his glove, pops way in the air. He catches it with his bare hand on the deflection. The runner at second went racing back. Stetson thought they had the out at second base because when the catch was made, he was 15 feet off the base. And Kosho's going to wave and miss, and they're just carving up Arkansas right now. But as we know, you can run when that ball first hits your glove, because otherwise you don't want to penalize the runner because of the fielder. Right now, some penalizing these Arkansas hitters. They are just in swing mode.
Yeah, I think the ball did a great job. He throws a fastball up and in that you can't get hurt on. Then he goes back to the fastball away that Kosho fouls off, and then you go off the plate with a breaking ball. But you talk about working all corners of the plate. And again, there's a 0-0 fastball in the outside corner that you just don't want to offer it. That's just a pitcher's pitch.
Helfrich in the 5th inning. Oh, he's going to take another strike. It's 0-2. Is that 5 pitches, 5 strikes?
I think so.
Helfrich singled and scored Arkansas's last run. finally missed. It's 1-2. Arkansas had 3 runs in the second and unearned run in the 5th. Painted on the outside corner.
Boy, Ryder Helfrich did not like that pitch. Looked like it was off the plate. And if ball gets a pitch like this, you can see the catcher just snap that wrist back in, try to pull that into the strike zone.
That's framing, isn't it?
That's done really well by the freshman Martinez.
I mean, Ryder was right. It was outside, but you could see Fernandez make that look like a strike. Rutenbar has been the bright spot today. Shoots one to left field. That's
we're going to have to find a place for this young man to stay in the lineup.
2 outs, however, but it will bring the tying run to the plate.
When you got a guy that can leave the yard in a hurry, Kahil Aloy. But how about Carter Rutenbar? That's a fastball down and away, and he just absolutely hit a laser.
He's 3 for 4 today.
You know, it's funny when Kahil batted in the 5th inning, I said, surely they're not going to let this lefty face Kahil. They did. Now they're going to do it again, but he fed him a steady diet of off speed, I believe.
You're going to see change-ups that are going to be down and away to Kahil Aloy, and if he makes a mistake, watch out.
That had some sweeping action to it from Ball.
That was a fastball. I think he just yanked it.
He sure did.
That is a guy that's not one to leave the fastball out over the plate. Now I think that might have been a show-me fastball and maybe a lot of change-ups.
On the ground is short again. Arkansas will strand another runner. They've left 7. We played 7. Hatters feel like they're
frustrating. Yeah, they're going to, I mean, everybody will go through their little slumps, Daniel. I mean, they all do. It's just, even the best in the world go through slumps. It's just how fast can you get yourself straight and get back being productive again. All right, we're 32 likes away from softball. Or 20, I'm sorry, 22. That's that Sarge math for you. Yeah, it is, Jeff. Yeah, Joseph, I mean, I can't argue that fact, brother. Right now, cannot argue that fact.
Repeat of being in an NCAA regional.
Yeah, I think so. Man, you're talking about a lot of success by Stetson. They've really done a good job of kind of picking up some of those, Power 4 guys that maybe didn't get as much playing time as they wanted, and just some great coaching by Steve Trimper and just great recruiting.
They'd love to get out of here with a sweep. Meanwhile, Parker Coyle comes on, so Arkansas has gone to Kramer, McGuire, Eves, and Coyle for their quartet.
We got Desrow, who homered in the first inning, and not a bad move here by Arkansas to go left on left.
Four, 5, and 6 due up in the top of the 8th inning. Desirow's 3-run homer in the first made it 4-0 Hatters before the Razorbacks got an out. And Troy, they have not trailed at any point today.
Yeah, they just kind of got rolling in that first inning. There was a walk, a pair of singles, and then the big bomb.
Thought that might clip that lead elbow.
A couple pitches that were uncharacteristic of Parker Coyle, usually a strike machine.
There's a strike. Meanwhile, Steele Eves today went 4 innings of 3 hits, scoreless baseball.
Well, he did exactly what you want to do, is just keep your team in the game. Give your team a chance to win.
Arkansas pitchers.
All right, David. Be good, brother.
Exactly 1 today. Then they've hit a batter as well that scored.
That's the difference in the ball game.
It
Those
is.
2 free runners came around to score.
That's on the corner. Strike 3.
Desero didn't like it. That is right at the bottom outside corner of the plate, and again, a great job.
Pretty
by
much T.Y.
Ryder Helfrich really sticking
Just
that pitch.
continuing to
Ryder
swing
wanted
at
a
bad
check
pitches.
swing, but the pitch was called a strike, and if that went to the ABS review, there was just a little sliver. You know, the ball just clips that zone. I'm
I
not
don't
sure
think we can use that
if it
excuse
upheld or
anymore,
not,
Richard.
But meanwhile,
That one's
Fernandez
done and
gets a
gone.
strike.
Yeah, it was one of those border ones, even on TrackMan.
It was right there for the taking.
Well, you don't have to worry about Parker Coyle expiring the pitch clock.
Two-strike pitch is popped back and out of play.
I just took one of those vote for me
Arkansas
signs
has
right through the
lost
calf.
3 games at home this season. Troy, a year ago, they
Oh,
lost
that's no good.
4.
Yes.
Yes.
Fouled back and out of play. You know, even
I
yesterday,
wish they'd
though,
come
Dave
pick
was
up their
talking about the
signs after
offense. He said, you've got to be able to score 5
elections
on a
are over.
Sunday.
That's right.
It's not a Friday night when it's 3-2 and you're all grinding into every inning and at bat. Well, today Arkansas has not reached that number. It's going to take at least 6, wave it a miss, to get this game back to even. But Coyle is doing Parker Coyle things.
Again, the bottom fell out of that one. Great 2-strike pitch by Parker Coyle. Starts in the zone, and then good stop by Ryder Helfrich. But you're right. When you're talking about Friday night in the SEC, there's a good chance that both those starters are going to pitch in the big leagues someday.
Landon Russell's 1 for 3, but he scored a run.
I think if Helfrich catches that baseball, it's a strike.
Might be right.
You can see him kind of pat his chest saying, that one's on me.
It's a lively Stetson dugout. That one's fouled back and out of play. Should be. Adder's trying to win the final 2 games of this 4-game set to split the series. Slow chopper. This is Sousa's ball, but he won't get it. Pompey will. His throw is wide. It didn't go out of play.
I think you got to call that a hit. That's just kind of one of those slow rollers. I think he was going to beat that throw anyway.
Come on, Pompey.
The third baseman's
Steve,
job
what's
is
up,
to try
buddy?
to cut this
Good
ball
to see
off
you.
if they can, and Sousa just cannot get there. Pompey just knows he's got to uncork it, and that's what he did.
Second hit for Russell. So Hatters have put up 9.
Pompey's having all kinds of trouble. Can't hit.
I think Arkansas was thinking exactly what I was thinking. If you're Russell, maybe trying to
Fielding
steal a
is
base and
suspect.
steal another run, but you also have a left-handed pitcher up there, a little tougher to read.
Hilton
Yeah,
was
he
the guy
did.
who was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. You know, Arkansas might want to lean into a few in the bottom of the 8th. Do you realize Arkansas has been hit by a pitch 4 times this year, all year?
That's pretty slim, really.
Winthrop, I think, came into this weekend with 44.
Oh, my goodness.
The old days where you're jumping in front of every pitch when it's 0-1 or 1-2. Georgia has a player that's been hit 12 times this year. Trey Phelps, no, 14 times.
14.
Arkansas has been hit 4 times. Trey Phelps has been hit 14 times.
Question is, does he stand on top of the
I
plate?
don't know.
Is he just a magnet?
Oh, got a chunk out of Ryder. Stetson has a couple of players that have been hit by a pitch more than Arkansas collectively, and Arkansas is going to be in a position where they're going to need base runners in the 8th or 9th innings. But again, Parker Coyle trying to get through this inning quickly. 2-out infield single kind of spoiled that plan. Outfield deep and straight away. Runner goes. Sent out towards right field, dropping in front of Kahio Aloy. He's going to play it back in, and the Hatters have runners on the corners with 2 outs in their bid for some insurance.
Well, I just about said that Hilton hit a 2-0-2 strike out of the park yesterday, and so Coyle kind of hung that one, and I think they're probably happy that he just hit a base hit to right field.
With the runner going, had that ball skipped or deflected off Cahillo's glove or whatever, it might have been a run.
Oh, absolutely.
Napolitano is 0 for 2. Going to line one that Pompey will pick up and flip to second for the force. That was almost in slow motion with that soft toss and Hilding diving into the base. Hatters leave a pair.
Right.
Does blood skis you out, Sarge?
Huh? No.
Does blood skis you out?
I'm a soldier.
I'll send you a picture to your phone. The one down benefits of wearing shorts.
That's just a scratch, my man.
It
It
went deeper than what it looks. I promise.
Put a tissue on it and.
Oh, I'm gonna let it dry. I'm just gonna let it dry. That's what I normally do. Walk through some sawbriars with shorts on. Gotta walk in some sawbriars sometimes. Let you know you're alive.
Just shows you what type of program they have, and
I've done enough in my life to let me know I'm alive. I promise you that.
Hey, let's not panic. We can play with these guys.
I can only imagine.
They pitch the ball really well, and boy, you talk about hitting some spots. Their pitchers are just not leaving the baseball out over the plate.
Robinette, New, and Souza. And Reese will foul one back. I would say it feels like in every game that Stetson's had one pitcher who's done yeoman's job. And for ball, 4 innings, 3 hits, and an unearned run with no walks and 5 strikeouts. So these hitters have not only seen him, they've seen him multiple times, and it hasn't helped with the familiarity.
Well, just those 2 pitches right there. It's a breaking ball up and in that Robinette fouls off. Then it's a fastball down and away. And again, nothing belt high over the middle.
Reese has 2 of Arkansas's 10 hits, but he's down in the count here. His home run in the second inning gave the Hogs a little bit of life, part of a 3-run frame. But since that second inning, Arkansas scored 1 run, and it was unearned. A little bit high.
Boy, that was pretty close. The first one was well off the plate. You kind of know 0-2. It's not going to be close, but that was a competitive pitch by Ball. Liked that location.
Hey! We just talked it into existence.
Number 5 for the Hogs.
We'll
when
take
you
it
need a
however
base
we
runner,
can.
You got
We
to
need base
a
runners.
pitch. For the 5th time all year, Arkansas has warned one.
Yeah, I don't think Robinette was going to get out of the way of that one. You see him even trying to roll away from it, and you can see DVH's reaction said, hey, there we go. We got a base runner.
That's twice today we've talked something into existence with Reese. Arkansas hadn't homered all series. We couldn't get the graphic up before he hit one off the scoreboard. And when they needed a base runner, he got hit by a pitch. And there's Micah New, and he's seen a steady dose of those pitches.
Yeah, change up way out of the zone. You got to just take a deep breath for your Micah New. Like, you got to see the baseball up.
Ball struck him out with runners on the corners in the 5th to end that inning.
That was a show-me fastball right there.
So you think he has no intent whatsoever to
No.
get anything other than to just get Mike off that change?
Yep.
I would agree.
Unless
You
he goes
could have
maybe up and
a
in
point
with
there,
fastball,
Richard.
but after hitting the guy, you don't want to do that again. So that's a fastball just to change the eye level. And now he's going to probably come just steady breaking.
A little windy up there, huh?
Yeah. That it is.
Reese looked up and said, are you throwing to first?
Must have just started.
It's been a little windy all day.
If you're new, you're going to kind of think up the middle the other way. Is this a stall tactic right here? He said he can't
course,
hear,
right?
so he is going over to.
Keep in mind, again, no inning will start after 3 p.m. I don't know if Arkansas could play long enough in this inning to get us to 3 and not at least tie the game. But what was I saying about pace of play earlier? And you got and always the pitch comes always breaking down.
It's some issues. It's going to be a rule. Like, you know, they check all the bats before the game. You got to check your battery strength on the pitch.
There you go. Not a bad idea.
Just put 2 in your hat.
You got to have multiple.
One in your back
devices.
pocket. One in your back pocket. One in the hat. Speed this thing up. Makanu's really far away from the plate as well, too.
Boy, faded that one down and out, but clipped the zone. Micah saying something to Ben Levin.
That is a pitch that Ben Levin has been calling consistently, and that is unhittable. Definitely down.
That was a ball if I ever seen one.
Ball
Yeah.
goes right after New and gets the wave of the miss.
Yeah, I'd be speaking to the umpire too.
Hogs really need somebody to
You
step up. Make a
can't
big
really
swing.
do it
DBH
as much
was
as
talking
you'd like
himself.
to, but you
This
can't.
type of day would do that. Souza's 1 for 3, doubled in a run way back in the 2nd. He's flied to left, bounced out his last at bat. He has faced ball. This is the 3rd time that he has faced ball.
Getting another pitch at the bottom part of the zone. Boy, you talk about just clipping the strike zone.
That's an art form, though, to be able to put a pitch just off the zone where you can get a few swings but a lot of calls.
That's the same exact spot. I mean, he couldn't have walked it up there and put it in the catcher's mitt any better.
'70th pitch in relief for Connor Ball. That really wasn't close, but again, you start to get the oohs and the ahs from the dugout when you've been able to get a few of those borderline pitches.
Yeah, I think so. This is where, as a hitter, you can't be overly anxious. You took the one that was well off the plate.
This ball lifted in the air to left center field. Robinson
Go,
on the
go,
move
go,
into
go.
the gap. Somebody's got to catch it, and Robinson circles behind Apple to make the catch. I don't think I've seen that.
That was pretty interesting. That was a little bad news bears. Kelly Leak just saying you can take everything that you can get to. I think he called it early, and the wind really carried that baseball.
But normally when you get to that spot and you have to circle behind the left fielder, it's trouble. But he had it the entire way. And here's Pompey. Pompey's struck out twice against Ball in the game.
Come on, Pompey.
I hate to say
Right
it,
here, I
but
thought, oh, this is trouble.
It's a good job by Apple, just kind of duck out of the way. And not easy to do.
Wow, he called that a ball, but not the other one. Woo.
73 pitches into this relief appearance. Ball is the third pitcher the Hatters have used today. Arkansas has not scored an earned run since the second inning.
Boy, you talk about a guy not making mistakes. Connor Ball is just absolutely throwing everything right where he wants to. Those
Come on, Pompey,
changeups
smack this
down and
thing.
away for strikes.
I almost said that earlier. He's just not simply even hanging one at some point where you could hope to put a good swing on a pitch that he doesn't want to locate in that spot.
You look at the difference with the home run that Hilton hit yesterday against Colin Fisher, an 0-2 hanging breaking ball. He just hasn't done it. Hasn't hung any of those changeups.
Gosh,
That's
dude.
a wave and a miss, and the leadoff hit batter does not materialize into a run. Arkansas stranded 8. We've played 8. Hatters have been in control.
You got to tip your hat to that young pitcher.
He's getting a very generous low zone.
Yep. He is.
Not his fault.
Nope, he's pitching what the umpire's
He's
giving
pitching.
him.
Yep. Can't blame that young man. He's doing what he's supposed to.
I know this. They better hurry up and get him out because if they want a chance to bat, they running out of time.
Yeah. Can we get a classic Aloy walk-off home run?
Well, that part of the lineup was the bat. I mean, right now it's just you don't want to see that part of the lineup when you need runs. But we had to get through it.
Is Aloy next?
Now, it flips up to the top of the lineup.
So it'll be Kojal.
It'll be Ruiz, Kojal, and Helfrich.
Hey, if those two can get on and then Helfer can bomb one deep.
That would be the ideal thing, but
If we tie the game, does that give us the series?
no.
Worked around a couple of hits last inning in his first frame. Robinson to bunt, and that's strike one. How many times do you think somebody has squared to bunt or tried to bunt in this 4-game series? I've only been here for 3, and the number's got to be 20 plus.
I was going to say at least 12. It's
it's
double
more.
figures.
Arkansas tried to bunt twice last inning, a couple of innings ago. To Thur, did Souza catch it? The out is recorded. Ronnie Teague started a nod. Ronnie, put up your right hand. And he did. DBH was coming out to argue. Stetson was coming out to argue.
You've got every umpire around the infield agreeing that the ball was caught. That is, Steve Trimper is not happy, but this is going to be an easy call. They're all going to agree that ball was caught.
Coach Trimper was right there. Let's see this again.
A little tough to see on that,
Yeah,
but I when it was live, I thought it was easily caught.
All right, we're going to go a little closer here.
Yeah, it's caught right in his glove.
The glove is on the dirt, and that's why it kind of swiped back, but I think the catch was made. And
Yeah, that's definitely a catch.
Ronnie Teague started to nod as if, yes, you caught it, but he didn't throw up that right hand until all of a sudden the fans started to holler. I mean, if you're Souza, you don't want to throw when you feel like you've caught it because then you put doubt in the minds of everybody else. But by not throwing, it would have been interesting had there been some disagreement amongst the umpires. Back to the top of the lineup for the 5th time in De La Cruz. That's socked foul down the line and left. Ruiz had to go over and retrieve and flip that to a youngster up in the seats. Troy, should this lead hold in your Arkansas on the hitters, and you've got a few days before Mississippi State, what's your focus? What are you working on before conference play?
I think you want to try to look at a lot of live pitching. So if I'm a hitter, I'm going to try to go in there and ask a pitcher, saying, hey, when you throw your next bullpen, I want to go in there and I want to stand in the box and just see pitch after pitch after pitch. And I want to sit there and go, I'm going to tell the catcher that was a ball or strike. And I think a lot of guys don't do that. You want to try to get as many live pitches. You don't have to be swinging the bat, but you just want to understand, in my mind, that's a ball. Was it a ball or not?
Because sometimes I think when you go from playing non-con teams to the heat of the SEC, you're like, have I seen the velocity
right.
I'm going to need to prepare myself for an SEC weekend? It's a different concern now, I think, than that.
And sometimes some teams hit the velocity
Agreed.
better than.
That's a foul ball. Robinette gloved it, but nobody even ran or moved. No, that could be a case. Maybe just seeing some 95, 96 heat might be better than what they have seen with the steady diet of command, control, change-ups, and whatnot.
Well, you think about what they see in the fall. You think of this is Arkansas, what Arkansas is seeing in early spring when they're playing inter squads. Yeah, and then you get a guy up there throwing 80-mile-an-hour change-ups on a consistent basis, and you're used to 94, 95, and a lot of guys being challenged.
Nope, I agree. And this gets back again to swinging and strikes and taking balls. But when you're down 0-2, 1-2, and then you're
right.
continually expanding the zone, it's made for a pretty lackluster couple of days. Fouled back and out of play again.
See Parker Coyle almost laughing. He said, man, I'm throwing the kitchen sink at De La Cruz up there, and he's just fouling everything off.
Still only one out here in this 9th inning.
Hit him with something nasty, Coyle.
That's another one poked foul down the line and right, off the railing, and it'll propel away. How many is that foul ball? 6 or 7?
I think it's got to be close.
This will be the 11th
Wow.
pitch.
Think about grinding through an at-bat. We have plenty of time, but only 19 minutes left when that 3-hour mark comes.
And that's laced to the gap in left center field. It's down for a base hit. Ruiz will cut it off and play it back in. Obviously, the Hatters would love some insurance. We're at that point, though, Troy, with the clock. If Coyle could end this inning and put up a 0, and Arkansas scores 2 in the bottom of the 9th, we would have a tie.
That's right. I think we had one my freshman year against Memphis, and it was because it started getting dark outside and they didn't have any lights. That's the last time I remember a tie.
That would do it.
You got to be able to see the baseball. It's kind of a
Does help.
important thing.
But De La Cruz just outlasted and wore down Parker Coyle to get the base hit. Can Arkansas get 2 here? Koschel to Pompey, double play. Here we go, bottom of the 9th inning. It'll be Ruiz, Koschel, and Helfrich.
Here it is, folks. Do or die. That double play was nice.
Have we started smashing that like button?
We are 11 away from softball. Just over 450 watching. 11 of y'all hit that like button. We be doing softball tonight. In an hour and 45 minutes. Well, they got no choice now, Arky, because once they throw the first pitch, the inning has started. So even if it goes past 3 o'clock, the inning has started. It just would be over after the third out, regardless of what happened. Unless we was to take the game. But it's the bottom of the ninth anyway. Yeah, basically it doesn't matter now because the ninth has already started.
In
there
Van
it is.
Horn, I trust.
We got it. We got the 256, so we will be doing softball. Good job, everybody.
Who do we play again?
Missouri State.
The Bears.
Connor Ball is done.
All right, think about this. You see his line. At Alabama last year, he threw 5 innings, gave up 5 earned runs. He's thrown 5 innings today with no earned runs.
Yeah, he has just been really, really good and just nibbling those outside corners. And again, because he's been so consistent down in the zone, he's gotten a couple of those borderline pitches have gone his way.
Completely agree.
You wonder if that is, Steve Trimper talked about, pitches that are, borderline that they didn't get. You wonder if there's a conversation between games that said, hey, you got to help our guys out. We're getting some pitches that are closer and they're not going our way.
Felt like TrackMan a couple of days ago didn't give them some love at the bottom of the zone. Well, that previous pitch to Ruiz was out, but called a strike. So now it's 2-1-2. So sometimes it's that 2-1 versus 1-2 sequence, and Arkansas has not been able to recover.
Yeah, it's such a difference for a hitter being ahead of the count or behind, and it is like night and day. You really start expanding that strike zone when you're 1-2.
That's line to left.
There we go. That's the way to start it.
So the tying run will come to the plate. Damian Ruiz is 1 for 4, and that gives a little bit of life to that Hog dugout that has been somewhat subdued.
Boy, it's still a pitch down in the zone right at the very bottom, but it was over the middle of the plate. It wasn't on a corner. And in the bullpen is Andrew Lapine warming up. They got the submariner that Arkansas could not figure out
I told
yesterday.
you we might see him today for the 3rd time. Koshul's 0 for 4. Koshul has reached base safely in 15 straight games. That's in jeopardy. If he gets on here, Arkansas could potentially bring the tying run to the plate, or the winning run if it's not a fielder's choice, and Helfrich would bat. That smoke to the shortstop, Russell.
That damn shift.
Wow. Can't hit it any harder. How about 109 off the bat of Cam Koshul? And we talked about the shifts that the Hatters have had, just at ball smoked up the middle, but right at, look at this range right there by Russell. I thought it was going to get by him, to be honest with you.
I did too.
That's a great job by Ruiz.
There's that athleticism, though, from Russell. An outfielder turned shortstop. I thought we might see Lapine to face Helfrich, but why not leave ball in? Rutenbar on deck as another lefty. The pitch count's over 80.
Yeah, Helfrich's got to see the baseball up. You're heading the count. You can't chase this changeup down and away. You're going to ground out on the left-hand side if you try to pull the pitch. And that's what they're going to do right now. They're going to go get Connor Ball. What a great job that he did for the Hatters.
83 pitches through 5 1/3 innings. Arkansas has not scored since the 5th, haven't scored an earned run since the 2nd. seen an indication yet, so are we going to play on?
Oh, this is
Yeah,
interesting.
they just wasting time.
Again, yeah, if you're Ryder Helfrich, you've got to just slow that heart rate down and go, I'm up in the count. I'm going to look for something middle in. Any change up away, you just got to let it go. It's got to be up.
Bottom of the zone for a strike or below the zone. Ryder's 1 for 4. Waves and misses. Again, he pulled the string on that one.
Boy, another really good changeup. But again, not only the speed, just the location. That is a strike on the outside corner at the knees.
Spin rate's 1,400. It's a wonder it can get to the plate.
It's got a little hover to it, doesn't it? Yeah, if you're a Ruiz, you cannot go unless you see a ball to the backstop. If you're a Helfrich, you almost have to think, I've got to hit this ball to right field because it's going to be soft and away.
Big pitch. Arkansas down to its final out.
Yeah, that's a fastball, changeup well off the plate. Watch how far outside this pitch is. It's really tough to lay off of, but again, Arkansas has helped ball, but he has just lived on that outside corner.
10 strikeouts for the Hatters pitchers. It's up to Rutenbar.
He's been Arkansas's hottest hitter today.
He has 3 singles. Arkansas has had their leadoff runner on each of the last couple of innings. Kid got away from his approach a little bit there.
Yeah, I think so. Really tried to drop and drive on that breaking ball down and away. It was not a strike. Well, if you're a ball, you're going to miss by about a foot outside.
90th pitch, and the kid has 4 hits today.
Here you go, rooting ball.
That was a 2-strike approach.
Just do what you do, sir.
Don't look now. Kahio Aloy is going to come to the plate.
Can we get a walk-off?
Would turn this game from a loss into a win, and there's no way would you let ball face Kahio again?
I don't think so. And then Bobby Wernes was yelling in the dugout saying, hey, let's put a guy with some speed on first base. And you're going, okay, 1, that's a tying run, but 2, if there's a ground ball to the infield, Christian Turner might be able to beat this to second base.
Well, there's your answer. They're going to bring on a right-hander, and it's probably Lapine again to face Kahio Aloy, where a long ball would win this game for the Razorbacks. 90 pitches for Connor Ball. What a job he did today, but a pitching change, and here comes Lapine. We'll step aside and come back.
The sidearm. Float one up in there and let Aloy just deposit that into the lake and make us all happy.
Please. I'm tired of this depression.
You know, I'd even take a triple and score 2 runs and tie it, and the next guy get up and hit a single and walk it off. But you got to tip your hat to that young pitcher. He did a hell of a job. We haven't had that big clutch hit all day long. Could it come right now?
I need him to talk about not getting home runs again. So Last time they did that, we got a home run.
Right.
Dance King said he took off for work for this.
That's dedication.
The Submariner kind of throws that fastball right in under your hands, and that's the pitch you just can't offer at. So this is what Lapine did yesterday.
Coach Drimper told me before the game I could pitch him about every day. Well, this is the third time in 4 games in this series.
Yeah, I think those Submariners, it's just easier on your arm. It's a more natural throwing motion. And a lot of those guys aren't power pitchers. You know, they're more about movement, some sync with that fastball location. If they throw the breaking ball is going to be a sweeper.
So Kahio Aloy has faced Lapine 2 times already
Not all of them, Daniel.
in this series.
We did touch him up with
He's bounced
13
to
the other
second,
day.
he's fly to left. Base hit you think would tie the game. An extra base hit would have a great chance. I beg your pardon. A base hit should provide a run. An extra base hit could tie
No,
the
they don't,
game.
Richard.
So
They just
two
will
outs,
not
you've got
play no
Steelers
longer
outfield playing
no matter what
extremely
happens.
deep.
After this. Jesus is king. I think he'll come in Mississippi State. I think he'll be back then,
Arkansas has never led in this game.
hopefully.
And that one floats up and out to Aloy. Having seen this guy a couple of times, does it give you any advantage whatsoever?
I think so. I think so. You kind of know the arm angle. It's just something that you're not used to seeing, and Arkansas doesn't have anybody at the Submariner, so that release point's a lot different.
That's a little bit high, 2-0. On deck is Reese Robinette, who has provided the only home run Arkansas has had in 4 games.
I think a lot of times left-handers are better against right-handed Submariners. And if you're a Loy, you've got to look something middle in.
He might come unglued on this swing. 2 outs in the 9th inning. That was a patient Kahio Aloy.
Man, you got a guy probably the most power on your team. If you're ever going to green light somebody, this would be the opportunity to do it. But you also, if you walk, you get the tying run into scoring position, so that's another thought.
3-0 pitch. Called a strike, and that was out. But that was called a strike.
And watch the catcher's mitt.
Yeah, my
Definitely
God,
close.
it was outside.
Hawks
This
down to their final out.
umpire's grade is going to be terrible.
A big chopper to third. That's the final out. The Hatters come back to win the final 2 games of the series. Arkansas has lost
Damn.
for the 4th time at home this season, equaling what they
Damn.
All right. That is the end of that one. Arkansas splits it with Stetson 2-2. And now they get ready for Mississippi State coming in next week. So we did hit our goal. Actually, we did really good. So I will be live again at 4:45. I think, let's see, the game starts. We see what time that game starts. I already got it loaded up here. Yeah, 4:45. First pitch is at 5 o'clock for the softball game. So you guys come on back and watch the Ladybacks take on Missouri State and see Tiana Bell and the girls put some bat on balls. So we appreciate everybody that watched with us today. You guys did a great job. All the new subscribers, new members. Everybody hit that like button. We appreciate you. And for now, I'm going to go grab something to eat, get ready for the next stream. And I will be back with you guys in a little while. So appreciate y'all. And we'll see you here soon.
Later.
Way off in the distance.